and then it didn't download the update. And of course, because I'm me, I was going to be all like smooth and ready to go. And no, that didn't happen. So, you know, here we are though. I am actually here. Good. And it does look like we are live on Twitch as well. We're live on the YouTubes. Good, good, good. Okay, mute my mic here. Please play. Mute the mic. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. Thank you. Okay. Starting, I think we can actually do... Oh yeah, because I don't actually know where my other webcam is. And because I've actually set this up a little bit differently. Okay, so this webcam, you need to be able to see. It's off right now because, hi, why wouldn't it be on? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to go back to stream starting soon. Thank you. So the whole time that I was complaining about the fact that it was like, I don't have any, this was just chaos. You didn't have to listen to me. Okay, perfect. That's actually even better. Anyway, it was chaos. I had to like download the whole software again because it was saying that there was an update happening, and if it didn't download, you needed the new software. So we've done that. We're good. Flynn is here, quality control inspecting, even though we're not cutting anything today. What we're doing today is we're going through and we're doing a tour of the obi, kimono, and haori that I will be using in the next little bit to make traveler slings. There was something else I was going to make with them. Oh, more Sheena probably, which, hi. And then also, yeah, Sheena, traveler slings, and that's it, because we're not going to be making more wallets right now. Now, the one thing I just realized is I should snag the Sheena pattern because I do have the traveler sling here so that I can cut it, or like I know generally what we need to cut out. But I should actually snag the Sheena. So let me see if it's in the shelf behind me here so that we can like do all the stuff here. Haha. All right, apparently just kidding. I don't know where the Sheena pattern is, so I'm gonna have to print that back out as well. We will need to go in and cut down this traveler sling as well. I tried to reuse my patterns, but honestly, the traveler sling and the mini traveler sling got so beaten up from this last round of prep that I was just like, no, we're not doing that. Okay, the other thing I should do is I should just post this saying that we are actually live now. Sorry. Like I said, I was totally like going to be 100% organized, but apparently it just was not in the cards for today. Okay. Share. Copy. Instagram. Story. This one with the cat. Not life on YouTube, it's live on YouTube. Autocorrect is so good until it just does not do what you want it to do. Okay. I was also going to pull everything out of the closet and it just didn't happen either. But oh well. Alright. I sold the last of the traveler pouches on Saturday, so I can't actually use it even as a basis, but I have a feeling that we'll have a fairly good idea just from having made them already. I do still have the other pattern, or the pattern printed out, but I haven't had a chance to cut it out yet. So let's start with the Haori, since those are the ones that I have the least of. Then we'll go into the kimono, and then we'll go into the obi, because honestly, you're going to be seeing the obi. The obis are going to be the exterior fabric, whereas the haori and the kimono will be the interior fabrics for stuff like the Sheena, things like that. So this is the one exception to that, is this is that one random piece that we cut of that orange and gold obi. Oh my goodness, that looks really good today. This one is going to be going directly to a traveler sling, but when we, I think, wasn't it when we did the burn test on it, it stank. So it's been airing out. I actually took it outside and it sat outside for 3 or 4 days. It might have gotten rained on. It's okay though, because it's a polyester. It's smelling much better now. Yeah, it doesn't even smell like mothballs anymore. Anyway, the plan for this one is that we will be making a traveler sling. Interior will be the orange of the back of the obi. And then the fish here will be the exterior. I haven't decided if I'm going to do both front and back in that, but I think we might, just because it's gorgeous. It also feels like it's a very specific purchase for a lot of people as well. I'm going to zoom out the rest of the way because it's like, and then you've got a better view. So this haori are the jackets that you wear over the kimono to to protect the kimono and the obi actually. So when you're wearing the obi, this is actually bigger in the back here so that it will puff out around the actual obi, especially in that drum bow, which is usually the one that you see people wearing at non-formal events. Now, so this haori is really gorgeous because it's it's an all over print here. So we're going to be able to use quite a bit of it for everything. What I have to do first is I do have to open up the seams here, which is something that I'm not going to do like right now. That'll be right before we cut it. But it looks like we actually have this is actually a peacock here, like kind of silk. You can actually see the inset right here, which expands underneath the like around the waist. So that's probably not going to be a super useful piece for us unless a lot of the times these are like very rectangular and haven't actually been cut. So this might just be tacked down and not actually cut, which would be nice too. So we'll find that out when we actually open it up. If you have a haori or a kimono and you're like, how do you store these things? Just as a heads up, I realized today that this might be something people might want to know. You're going to lay it out on a flat surface and you're going to put the sleeves like this, and you're going to try and make sure that this middle section is as flat as possible. And you're like all in this nice rectangle for your body. And then with kimono, I was taught that you're supposed to actually fold it right down that center line. So let me pull this over. This one actually has a little bit of an asymmetricalness to it, which is nice as well. It's cool to see. I don't know if I've actually looked at the haori bottom, but you know. And then you're going to match up the sleeves here as well. So you've got this nice fold. You've got the sleeves here, and then you're going to fold the sleeves in right here. And then there is actually, the line is still here, even having had this hanging up for quite a while. You're going to just fold it up like this, and then it stores flat. And that's how you store both your haori and your kimono. Now, since I'm using them for bags, I'm just putting them on hangers because they're going to be used up here very rapidly. But yeah, so this will be one of the ones that gets used for a lining for the purses. Because we're focusing on the sheena, it'll be probably the pockets for the sheena, and then the actual lining for the bag will likely be the back of the kimono, since usually it's something that is complementary to the obi itself. There we go. Them's the words. So there's that one. The next one, these are actually ones that I purchased on exchange, but they've been staying up in my closet. So we're just going to say that that's their contribution, and we're going to bring them down and use them for the bags. I really like this cloud pattern here, as well as the florals that are here as well. Greatly appreciate those. Now, part of doing this live is so that if you guys have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I am actually just going to also open up. There we go. I think we're good. And again, so this one actually looks like its sleeves are a little bit shorter. There's a bit of staining on them as well. So these would no, they're probably about the same. They should all be about the same, except that this first one's about an inch longer. So obviously, all kimono have a little bit different sleeve length. This one's also got a really gorgeous kind of background floral that's going to be really hard to get. Oh yeah, there you can see it just on that edge there. It's in like the weave, so it's going to be really difficult to see unless you're looking at it in person. And then finally, now this one feels very polyester, but this one is very gorgeous. So it's a nice, just kind of very generic floral, but what makes this one special is that it's actually got a gold shimmer in it. Now, obviously that's also going to be contributing to the actual like touch of the kimono as well, but it's gorgeous. So again, a little bit shorter sleeves, and that's fine. But the nice thing about these is it's all very rectangular cuts, so we should be able to get quite a bit out of it for each bag as well. Again, this will probably end up being pockets more than anything, using the back of the obi to actually make the linings. And then there's a fourth one. This one was also, so those two were from an exchange, and then this is actually a kimono. Yes, this is an unlined kimono. Sorry. Like, I thought it was a Haori for some reason. So these are all from exchange because I still bought them at the exact same temple market that I still go to. But like in Canada, I had so many and I'm not wearing them. So I've kept the very first one that I wore, which is not really my style. I might still like incorporate it into this, but I'm not quite there yet. I kept a furasode, and I also, which is the one with the like really long sleeves for women. And then I also kept the one that I wear more consistently, which is, it looks like a kyoyu-zen, which means that it's painted. Anyway, so this is the first kimono. It's unlined, so we won't have quite as much fabric. It is really cool to see though, because what it shows us then is how it's actually been finished on the interior. So let's actually flip this out, right side out, because here's the thing, usually I just take them apart, and a lot of this finishing stuff gets hidden when you're just pulling seams out. So these pieces have been sewn together. You have quite a wide selvage. This is like a 1.5 inch selvage or so. It's really hard to see against this one because the fabric is like very homogeneous. And then down the sides, the same thing, is it's like very wide seam allowances. This is actually finished to itself, and then they've tacked it down on the interior as well, probably with seams or stitches that you don't even see on the exterior when I look at it. So there's the actual sewing seam. This is the selvage. It's a good 1.5 inch wide. There is actually a actual like loom selvage, and then there's the tacking seams, which from what I can tell, I want to see if you could see that on the exterior. Even if you could, it's not going to be, it's going to be extremely subtle. Yeah, you can't even see them on the exterior itself. And then the back here, so what happens is that each of these is a straight panel. So there's one panel, 2 panels here, 2 back panels, one here, one here, and then you go to the side panel, and a side front, and the front panel. And that's why kimono are actually a really good way, or good thing to upcycle, is because they end up having, oh yeah, and then this is the middle back seam on this one is actually finished with a ribbon. So it's actually been bias bound, basically, or bound instead of just finished. And it looks like it was actually, I think this might be a handmade kimono. Like, they're all handmade on some level, but this looks like it might have been a homemade kimono. I'm not 100% sure. Of course, I don't have any of the history behind it. But I've never seen that, and the amount of like work to hand bind with a ribbon like that is insane. Also might explain why it's not lined. So anyway, this is going to go to good use. It'll still, obviously we'll take it apart and then we'll get using it for interiors as well. It's a little bit busier of a pattern, but I think it's going to make some really cool pockets as well. Now we will do a burn test on all of these later once we're actually into cutting them up, because doing a burn test right now is useless because I would not remember what any of these are made out of. And then this is the final one. I actually bought this one for the purpose of doing like a display dressed mannequin, and then I slowly realized how much work that would be to do a display every time I set up, because I am not a good kimono dresser. It'd be one of those things where I'd almost need to do it like once and then hopefully not have to take it down. Excuse me. Okay, we've hit the point of this like cold sinus infection where my nose is just like, all right, let's give her. So this is the last one. I think this is actually, from the texture and everything like that, this might be painted on. Can't tell you because it's all lined right now. It is lined in a cotton. Yeah, that feels like cotton. It looks very clean. Like, I don't even know. A lot of the stay stitching is still in place on the collar and everything like that. So it was either just cleaned before it was sold or donated, or it's brand new. It's definitely been in storage for a while. This one is really wrinkly because I have not stored it correctly, so it is going to need some TLC. You can actually tell that in here because I did not fold it correctly like I did that Haori. And so I think what we'll do is I'll actually end up hanging it up after this, and we'll try and get some of these wrinkles out. I probably could actually take it out and air it out on the balcony or something like that would be good for it. And then we can actually use this pink as well for in between layers. I'm very curious. So it's got like a texture above some of the florals. I don't know if that's going to come across because of the wrinkles, and you can, oh yeah, you can kind of see it right there, right where it's like super shiny. And then it's got the these sparkly florals, which are really cool. And a lot of sparkly florals all through the whole thing. I can't tell you what the florals are, but they are like blue, gold, and pink. And then the texture is below it. So it's the blossoms that are actually highlighted in this sparkly bit. I'm going to see if it's actually woven or if it's like painted on top here. Just need to cut one of the stitches and then we should be able to find out. Actually, do I have my good seam ripper in here? No, I don't. I have the crappy ones, but better than nothing. We're right here. We're right at the edge here. Cool thing is I do actually have a kimono fabric bolt here too. So we're going to pull that one out next, and that's what we're going to look at next. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, it is actually woven into the fabric. So that's really cool to see. So that, and you can actually see it really well for the pink as well. And then so that's how it's been done on the front. Super cool to see. Okay, so those are all going to become interiors and pockets, probably mostly pockets, because I want to have quite a bit of the fabric and I don't want it being obscured by a pocket either. Oh, and then, okay, actually, yeah, so we'll do the kimono bolt that I got, and then we'll do the actual wedding kimono, and I already know what we're doing. The wedding kimono is the one exception to this pocket rule. Anyway, so this is the one that I actually purchased for me, technically, to make a kimono out of. However, I'm never going to wear it, so we're going to absorb it into the business. It is spectacular. It actually was one that I purchased on my first trip with Dallas. It is not all caught up, that's why there's a little bit of a bulge on here. But it is an insane amount of fabric because this has not been made or modified in any way. And so basically it just keeps going. It's probably about 15 yards. I think the average kimono amount is 13. It's probably printed. And it feels like it might be polyester. But again, we'll do a small burn test before we actually start using it. It's very gorgeous. I absolutely love the blue on the back here. It's very busy, which is kind of cool with this one. Yeah, what's the question about the Sheena? A lot of those kimono are going to go in and be the pockets for the Sheena. And that's kind of the plan for this too. But then I don't want to cover it up with like, that's why I don't want to do it as lining, is because then they'd end up getting covered up with the other thing with the pocket. So it's like a catch-22, right? All right. Anyway, that's that. And then I'll pull out the wedding kimono because it's the last one. Now yeah, and actually putting a traveler in it would be gorgeous too, you're right. We could do both. There's enough there that that one probably will actually be the exception and become a traveler as well. So now this is the wedding kimono. Now this is not one that I purchased. This was donated by a friend because she had a school teacher friend who had it for wedding or like a play at their school. She didn't know what to do with it, so I got it. These things are insane. Part of it is that the sleeves are insanely long. So the sleeve is, this is what I mean by furasore sleeve. It's connected and it's actually 16 to 57, so it's 41 inches long. Yeah, and it's actually on 2 hangers because the edge of this is weighted as well. So now dance kimono are also weighted. I'm wondering if I can actually get you a better view here. Let me back or do something with the camera here for a second so that hopefully you can see more kimono and less me in some ways. Oh, I might not have actually put that on the desk very well today. Whoops. Okay, let's do. Hey, there we go. Okay, because I'm like you guys aren't seeing as much as I can normally show you. So the inside is lined with the same color silk. This definitely feels like it's silk. Again, we'll still do a burn test, but I'm pretty sure it's silk. And this is going to be all embroidered on the inside. Weighted hem so that it because this is actually a train, because this goes over top of everything from what I remember. I said that and now I'm like, let's actually look up a photo of this. I'm sorry for the snuffling. It's like, of course this would happen today. I want images. Oh. They're all white. Why are they all white? I swear. Okay, so the one photo is showing that this is probably over a hakama, which are the pants, although that's usually what the men wear. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the photo that you would get, and this is what I visualize when I visualize this kimono. So it goes over top of the white kimono that most women wear into the ceremony, and it's a train as well, and then you can actually see it down around her feet there. That is the weighted train, and that's how it pools on the ground as well. So even on me as a white person at 5'8", 173 centimeters. Yeah, this is actually a really good one too. I think that actually probably gives you an even better idea of how it sits on the body. So you're going to wear it wrapped like a kimono, and then it creates the train. Anyway, even on me, this thing is very long and would end up being able to actually be properly worn probably. But very richly embroidered and just insane color. So this is definitely going to be becoming a traveler sling. I had originally thought that this was going to become luxe tote bags, but no, we're going to do traveler slings out of it. And the insanity of this is it is pattern matched on the back. If you saw the Haori earlier, that was not pattern matched, but this is actually pattern matched for the cranes right here. And then it is not pattern matched to the front, but whatever. It's just yeah. I've seen these actually at the market, the temple market, for about $1,200. 10 years ago, 15 years ago now. So they're not this is probably the only time I will ever have this in my possession, because it's just not something I want to spend my money on. But all the power to you if you want to. But yeah, I definitely lucked into this. It has wisteria. The purple flowers here are wisteria. This is, it looks like pine boughs in a very stylized color. There's peonies, plum, I think. That looks like plum. Peonies again, so a whole motif of peonies. There's cosmos. And then I think there's sakura as well. I think it's looks like it might be, I think it's plum. I actually don't see any sakura on here, never mind. But it is also a repeating motif over the whole thing. The sleeves are the thing that get me the most. Here, let's actually throw it on because I want to put it on one more time before it actually goes to be cut up. Oh my goodness. There's two of me. There should not be two of me. Bye. Oh, like I said, I redid the scene the other day and I was like, this isn't right. Okay, 1 second. So yeah, so like I said, I'm 5'8", 173 centimeters. This thing is massive. And I appreciate Yoriko for thinking of me for doing this as well. And have to think of something to reciprocate that. So this is the idea, and then what it does is ties, and I'll go back towards the door. I just wanted to tell you a bit more information. So there's the sleeve, that is the start of it. Comes down and around. It would be open more, and then from what I can tell, it's more or less just kind of clipped here. It's not really tied with a traditional obi or anything like that. So here, let's go back towards the door, if I can. And then that is actually the sleeve there. And it is heavy. I'm going to take it off because it is extremely heavy. But it's going to be actually fun to see. Actually, let's see right now while I've got you on stream. What do they stuff these things with? I do have photos of me in it already, so I'm not worried about opening it up yet. Or opening it up right now. Ooh. Nope, never mind. This is going to be... There it is. Okay. I'm like, where do you even open this up at? There we go. Maybe. Nope, not yet. Okay. The other thing about this is it has been impeccably kept. Like, as far as I can tell, not a stain on it. Yeah, we're gonna have fun trying to get some of these apart because apparently it is finished much better than some of the obi that I've got, or at least it might be newer maybe than some of the obi that I've got. It could be it too. Again, I don't have any of the stories associated with these, so who knows. Well, beyond this one. This one I do have because it was, yeah, being used for school plays, and then the teacher retired. Okay, no, that's going to require too much concentration. It won't happen right now. We'll just continue the tour. I'm going to put it right back in the closet, just so it doesn't actually tilt my chair over, because if I don't, that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, now where's... Oh, and actually, there is the maker's mark. Interesting. Excellent. Anyway, let's move back to live scene. And then we'll struggle to get these hangers back in, as usual. Okay, it's like, I don't even want to hang up without extra support. Okay. What I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to snag the sleeve in a good way, and that'll lift some of the weight up, and then I'll put this on later. All right. I know, it's absolutely spectacular. It's like insane. So now we have the obi to go into. We're going to start with the obi that I pilfered from my box the other day. And then I've actually got a box of obi here as well. They went and became table runners for Knit City. So, and they need to air out because they've been staying in the garage apparently a little bit too long apparently. Good to know. All right. So we've got some of these that have like. The nice thing about getting the traveler sling pattern is that a lot of these ones where I was like the motif is way too large, it can actually go into the traveler sling now. This one's gorgeous because it's the traditional parasol on top of a Segai-ha wave pattern. There's also another traditional pattern. The pink is like spectacular, super vibrant. It is a little bit worn, so you wouldn't really want to wear it for an obi anymore. But like the embroidery and everything like that is still really good. So in this case, it'll end up probably getting a zipper through a portion of it, but we'll use this for the back of a mini traveler sling. And they'll probably actually use the inverse and use the pink exterior for the back of the obis, or of the traveler sling, I think. I think that's what's going to happen. Let's see. Like I said, I don't have this cut down yet because as much as I was like, I'm going to schedule this and be prepared. Yeah, right. Everything laughed in my face for today. That's all. Right, because we can do... Yeah, because the height of it ended up being that it was fine, right? Yeah, it's the right width. So like that right there is going to end up being... We can probably do the whole motif, actually. for the back, or the majority of it. Yeah, we're going to miss some of the bamboo, which is fine. So there'll probably be 2 of these because there's 2 parasols. Yeah, we can do 2, and then we can use the interior or the back here for the exterior, and interior where it's not ripped. Yeah. Okay, now this does need a little bit of time to relax, so I probably will just gonna hang it up right now, and that's gonna give it a chance to like have some of that storage wrinkle fall out, hopefully. Actually, we will do that afterwards because they need to be folded specifically. This one is another really good one. I think this is going to end up becoming a Sheena. Yes, it puts the pattern in a weird direction, but that's fine. We have a lot of the lime green on the back. It's a very loud, bright print. Spectacular. Yellow floral with a purple floral. This is one of the ones that I'm actually going to weigh because I haven't opened it up yet. It does still need to be opened up. Yeah, Sheena, traveler slings, and a bunch of stuff. The green, I adore it. Hello, Jen. We're going through an Obi tour here so that we know kind of what we're making. And you know what? Might be a little bit smart and write some of these down so that when I come back to this, I'm not like, what are we doing? What's happening again? You know that's what's going to happen. I will come back and I'll be like, well, what did I say this was going to be? Since I do have an extremely bad habit of doing that. Okay, so that pink parasol. Ugh, this pen is worn out. All right, let's grab a different pen. Okay, so pink parasol. Oh, we got a pen that works now. Pink parasol is going to become 2 traveler slings. And then I think the other portions of the obi that we don't use in the traveler sling, if I've got enough, we're going to make a solid wallet because I think that would look really good. And then the lime green, Segaha patterned, Segaha is going to become a traveler sling, and Sheena. There we go. All right, keep some record somewhere, because writing it down will actually help me remember. This one is like, as bad as description it really probably as this is nuclear pink. It is like eye-searing color. It has a spectacular floral pattern on it. It's very light. It does feel like this is I'm like 90% sure that this is silk. It does have a small section here as well. This actually will probably, I'll co-opt that for an NCW. No, wedge bag. We'll do a wedge bag out of it so that we use the most of the motif. It's like got this, it's unreal seeing it on the camera. It's not getting translated correctly, but it's like the good version of Barney purple. This is a really large motif. I think again we're in luck with this traveler sling that we'll be able to basically use the majority of the motif. Do you love my ramshackle laying together? Yeah, the majority of, so we might end up with a little bit of the floral missing at the top, or the leaves missing at the top and the bottom, but that is perfectly fine. And then the zipper will be set right into the leaves here too, which will actually look really gorgeous. This is a red, pink, and white floral, which isn't showing up on the camera very well, and a yellow floral there. So like super gorgeous. Okay, so the nuclear floral pink is going to become traveler slings. I'm really glad that I figured out a print that can, like a horizontal mostly horizontal that can work for these guys, because honestly that was one of the disappointing things about the Sheena, is it really can only be cut this direction just because of the shape of the bag, whereas most of these patterns are going up and down. I was also just going to pull up Kando because she just posted another photo of that new sling bag she's getting, which should be out next week, everyone. Making it a backpack, and I'm like, oh, we're in trouble now. So that is the next one as well. That's the next shape that's going to be getting added. And I am looking at this a little bit in terms of like some of these would actually work for it when we have those smaller prints as well. Yes, I know. Hello, lovely. How are you? You need some attention. You always need some attention. All right. So, and then this one is fully embroidered, both sides. So we're going to be getting a lot of bags out of this one. Very large crane motif. This is one of those ones where it's like it's hard to find a pattern that fits it, but I think what's going to end up happening, and we're not making cat bags out of it. Oh, that's a good idea actually. So the ones like that I have a duplicate on, I could do a right hand and I could do a left hand. I didn't actually think about that. Here, I'm going to turn so you can actually see me a bit better. Yeah, so in this case we can definitely do right hand and left hand. I'm thinking that it'll end up being like this motif and then this motif, however that ends up working out the best. There's a lot going on here, so I don't think it really matters how we end up cutting it out. We're going to end up with a gorgeous bag. So we're going to introduce the crane fans. We are not going to cut all of these before Heritage Park. Heritage Park is December 17th or 7th and 8th, but I am going to keep a note on it, and then we'll go through and decide what we're actually going to like make from each of these as we get there. Crane fans, left and right hand traveler sling ×2, left hand, right hand. And then, yeah, the pink parasols can be right hand and left hand. That's how we'll solve that, because I should make some left hand ones. So there they are here. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not going to add more to the pile where the cat is sitting, because for obvious reasons. I am going to break into my pop here, because again, apparently this cold is like, hey, you're not done yet. Especially with the talking. Yes, and actually that would be a really good gender neutral one for a backpack. Yeah, and there's so much of it, I'm not worried about it. We will be able to do that along with everything else. This one, I love the background on this one. The background color. And the way that the florals are matched to it with that teal and the yellow, and then it's silver and lime green. And then it's got like a more almost of a texture motif there under the fans. It has, I think, 2 of the motifs again. Yeah, so 2 of the motifs, a partial motif at the bottom, and then we have a significant amount of aqua to work with. I do say that, and then I'll probably end up running out. But in this case, this would actually look really good in... Oh, and then there's a bunch on the back here as well. Apparently, I haven't opened it up yet. This would be another good one to actually weigh, because this one's got the heavier... This one and the crane fan cranes. That would be a good one to do the weighing on, because it's got a lot of embroidery on it. This one, actually, the backpack would look really good in this section down here. Depending on how wide the backpack is as well, it might be too wide at the bottom. We'll find out. But definitely a traveler sling from here, and if it works out, we'll do a right and left hand version then from this. I've just committed all of them basically to that. I did put down that the lime green was going to become Sheena. Yeah, okay, good. That's why I'm making notes, so that I'm like, okay, we're good. Okay, so this one looks very much like a kanzashi, which is the hair ornaments worn with obi, or with kimono, not just obi. Obi are... It's insane, because I'm only really working with the obi, but realistically, the kimono is just as much and more of an work of art as the actual kimono belt, which is the crazy part of this. This will become a traveler sling because it's not super directional, but it's directional enough that you will notice if I don't do it that way. The background of this is both an ombre, so it's lighter on this side. That is not your imagination. And it is going to a darker orange. So from your point of view, from left to right, it is getting darker as like an ombre. And then the back of it is kind of like a crackle. So it's not solid. And then the back portion of the obi reflects that same gradient of lighter to darker as well. And then there is a second section of this one that we will use, I think, actually for a Sheena, because that would look pretty spectacular for a Sheena. And that's a bunch of like embroidered florals and leaves and all of that. And that's all been, as far as I can tell, probably embroidered. Either embroidered or woven. So that's going to be, I think what we'll do here is I will do the whole, oh my goodness. We will interface it before I cut into it, so that if I have to trim on any of these like sections of thread, they've already been interfaced down. This one probably would have been going towards an NCW, but honestly I think a Sheena is a better option for that one. I'm not overly committed to doing too many Sheena, simply because they are a little bit slower of a seller, I think. Although both of the obi ones are gone. This one got rescued. I was going to actually destash this one, but this will make, again, another one of those awesome backpacks. It'll also make a fantastic fucking traveler sling as well. Again, a little bit more gender neutral. And then I think we'll probably lean into that for this as well, especially since it does look like it's got a little bit of wax or something there. This one's got a maker's mark of Juraku, which is kind of cool. It's woven in. And then I can never tell, it looks like it's probably like a design number or something like that. It's got the kanji for go and then 1143 down at the bottom here. So this is definitely like probably a maker name. Oh, I don't know if that's going to show up. It's hard to see in person too. There is a maker's name here, and then there's, I don't know if it's like a style number, or it has to be, I guess, maybe a style number, because it's 1143, so it's probably a style number for the studio. Really nice dark umber. It is a very different colorway and motif. Strikes me as very like Heian era of Japan, kind of that aged as well. And Heian is quite a while ago. It's like 1200s. Quite a while ago. Fuck, not that far long ago, but anyway. And it's got like this really cool texture in the background behind this floral motif as well. Yeah, and I think that will, let's do the janky measure again, because why not? Yeah, that'd be, I think we'll get that whole motif in that one, which will be super cool. And then the zipper will kind of go through right here. All right, and then another one that got rescued from D-Stash. This one mostly because it's like the pattern is so large. So this is probably like it's here to here. So how large a pattern, like motif, is that? Yeah, it's a 14-inch motif. So we will have zero issues getting that onto a traveler pouch. But it is gorgeous. It's a phoenix motif, or Ho-Oh. And yes, that is the Pokemon name. But so on top of the Byodoin at Uji, which is, when I think of Heian, that's this orange over here that I think of, is also for the Byodoin, which is a historical site. It's a UNESCO site out in Uji, which is in Kyoto, but it's like out of the main path of Kyoto. And it is still one of the best temples that I've been to, and it is absolutely spectacular. And on the top of it are what are called Ho-Oh, or the phoenixes. I'm going to grab a link actually to it, and then I will post some of my videos of it over the next few days as well. Byodoin. I'm just going to send you right to their website. No. And yeah, because you can just see those phoenixes right there. Okay, so that's it right there. If you want to go take a look. And so that's what these, like with the phoenixes and everything like that, remind me of. And so it's a really gorgeous, like very dark teal, reds. I know, like the color on it. I really like actually looking at it more. This shift right here with the aqua and the dark teal. The one phoenix shows up really well. So this one right here, that it looked white earlier. It's more of the, it's almost like the green version of the background color. And then there's the dark browns as well that are very spectacular. Very gender neutral again, or at least that's what I would qualify this as. Actually, that one did have white. Never mind. So they're actually all a little bit different now that I'm actually looking at it. Okay. Let's see, what do we have? So we got a white one. We've got this like sage color maybe. The brown one with the black breast. Or like neck ruff. And then we've got another white one and another sage one. And then we go on the back and we've got another brown one. And then we've got a patch. What happened there? It's like two pieces got sewn together. So, just so you know. And then it is, ooh, yeah, it's pretty delicate. So we're going to have to actually be pretty careful opening it up. I say as I rip into the stitching. Yeah, there's no maker's mark here. Wonder if it's on the other end. No maker's mark on this one, so that's interesting. This is actually lined in, so this is like the rougher stuff. And then there's like a softer, like almost a flannel is actually what I would put it at, or brushed cotton. Hi, what's up? Yeah, it's pretty nice. I was going to destash it mostly because it was like I didn't have any use for a vertical motif of this scale. But for the traveler sling and that backpack, that is going to be perfect. So I'm actually way more excited about it now. This was the same thing. Again, it got rescued mostly because that is a tall motif. Again, probably something that's running about, I think 18 inches from like tip to tip, basically. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, cat. You think you're being helpful. Good thing you're cute. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, like 18 and a half, almost 19 probably. Really gorgeous though. It's a crane with a taimari. So the taimari are balls made from string that you wrap around in patterns. Definitely looks like it's probably meant to be a fall obi because of the momiji here. And the whole color scheme of it just screams fall. Yeah, and it's actually, so we've got 3 good motifs on the front here, so we'll be very careful about how we cut them out to hopefully preserve it so that we can get all 3 made into something. Probably, again, a backpack, a right and a left-hand traveler sling. And then there's another partial motif on the back here, which actually that would be really cool to put into a wallet. And then we've got this whole back section here that we can use for lining materials as well as the next piece as well. And actually, apparently, a bunch of other random cotton? It's really fancy cotton though. Again, no maker's mark from that I can tell. But I really like this one too. Again, it's just more I bought these then and then get them home and it's like, oh, okay, what do I actually end up using them for? And now that we've found a vertical pattern that I really like, and actually that really busy, so the green lime and the phoenix one might actually make a really good, oh, I forgot to write down what we're doing with the rest of these. The crane fans would make a really good kato because there's so much patterning in there, we're going to be able to get a lot of bags out of it. The aqua fans, definitely a left hand and right hand traveler sling. The orange crackle, and that's what I'm going to call it. Crackle can become a traveler sling, and a Sheena. And that will be pretty obvious when I actually go into it. The Indonesian floral, because that's kind of what it reminds me of. And the umber can be, what do we say, a traveler sling and a backpack probably. And then the crane te mari is going to be a backpack plus 2 traveler slings. Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, Katos, right? Seriously. I gotta remember them too. Alright, this one is a fairly generic, straightforward, still gorgeous. Definitely bought with the intention. I haven't even opened it up sort of one. But that obviously is lending itself straight to a traveler sling. I would also qualify this as gender neutral. It's like abstract. Does look like it's probably painted. It's definitely not embroidered or anything like that. It is on the thing, but I don't think it's like printed is what I mean by that. I think it is painted because there is some overlap and bleeding of the actual like ink. Could also be the actual fabric of this. This is not like a smooth silk. You can hear it. It's got a texture to it. There's a lot of fabric here. So this is one of those ones where it's like I will take it, and this will be something that fills in the gaps when we go to make a wallet or we go to do pockets or whatever. Obviously though, it would not, well, actually it would work for a Sheena. Oh, now I have an issue. Because we could do that one for the front, and we could do this one, because this one's a dual. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a plain. But that could be the back of the Sheena. It's a nice neutral to make a larger handbag with, too, because it's not going to be like, handbag! I know. We make a Sheena out of the big motif because we've got a lot of extra, like other kimono or obi here. We make the back out of the other piece as well, right? And then we take this and we make this into that backpack pattern because that would sit under that zipper extremely well. Okay, so I'm going to call this abstract crow's feet because that's what it reminds me of, crow's feet. Crow's feet on, we're going to call it pearl because it's got a little bit of like that shimmer. It's kind of ivory, kind of gray, kind of not white, but not white. It's also not beige. So it's the small motif equals backpack, and the large motif equals a Sheena. Okay. Now I'm probably going to run out of like kimono and everything like that before we even get to this one, but you know, we'll try. You guys are joining for the tour. Thank you for joining me. I like plotting these things out with folks around, and just like these fabrics are so gorgeous, they need to be admired by more than me before they get cut. So all right, this one, Obi, was one that also got rescued from my, not rescued, it got taken out of my personal purchase bin from exchange. Very Heian-esque scrolls pattern. So this is a full-on, the whole thing is woven, as far as I can tell. Something that you kind of, it's very like, almost to the point of like, this is what I expect of Japan sort of motif. So it's got a pine tree, obviously here. It's got the cloud cover. It's got the drum. The like screen, I think is probably what this is, with floral motif on it. Yeah, exactly. Japanesque. So, or like, what pops into my head is the French word Japanai. No, that's not it. Oh my god, I mispronounced that completely. But anyway, that idea, like this feels like Japan. Almost like what we would expect of Japan, but it's Japan making it. There's the pavilion right here. That's right in front, along with the plum blossoms there. Cosmos are on it. The pine. I think this is a palin. Oh no, that's another drum. Yeah, sorry. I think it's a drum and a kite. So this is a drum, and then this. Yeah, this is a drum, and then this I think is a kite here. Another one. That. Jesus, let me turn that. It keeps buzzing on my wrist, and like it's not stuff that any of us need to see. On until this evening, thank you. It's like email. Although I don't need emails. It's like trying to tell me that I can have funding. I'm like, I don't need you to tell me I can have funding. Thank you. I don't want funding. Okay, there we go. Well, I want funding, but I don't want to take it through Shopify because you have to pay interest on it. So no. Anyway, so very traditional drum motifs. Cosmos. There's other plants in the back here. I don't recognize them. They look like they might be bamboo, like very like tiny little bamboo. But anyways, this is what I mean by it. It looks very Japanese. It's got the little squares and the clouds here, all of that. It is front and back, at least to this point. Okay, where did I put my seam ripper? We'll just open this up right here because it needs to actually relax out of the fold. This is not delicate work. All right. Yeah, no, it is not happy. So I'll go in and I will actually seam rip this one. Lots of times you're just able to open it up, but apparently this one is like, nope. You need to treat me with respect. So yeah, so it's like right up to that point that it's embroidered, so quite a bit. So we'll probably actually do traveler slings and the backpack, and then we'll figure out what else we're going to make from it. Maybe some wedges, because here's the thing is it's like this is one of those situations where I can't do the Sheena from it because the directionality of the print is vertical instead of horizontal. Actually, I think, oh yeah, and it is actually two pieces put together. Just make sure that there's no like real damage here. We may as well open up the seam the rest of the way if I can. Oh, it's dusty. So popping it on the deck for a little bit might not be the worst idea tomorrow. Okay, so it's okay this way. It was more just along the horizontal portion of it here. And yes, I know, just tearing it open, but it's all right. It's fabric. All right, so those were the ones that either came from exchange or I've purchased for the business and been like, and maybe not. We have a whole bunch that I had already planned to be using for this stuff though. So let's also get into that here in a moment. Actually, I think she even, sorry, I just realized I think Kandu already gave that backpack a name. I like how I just instantly went with like, instead of making it another sling, I'm like, yeah, that's totally the backpack pattern. Righto. Well, I've been getting requests for backpacks, so there is that portion of it. But it was like, she said this could be a backpack. There it is. It is going to be very small straps on it, though, so I don't know. Okay, so the we're going to call that the Japanese pavilion one because I see the pavilion in it the most for whatever reason. Such a small portion of the actual obi. But Japanese pavilion, and we're going to make traveler sling right and left hand backpack plus other vertical, because I would actually make some cute little wristlets, and it would also make some cute wedge bags as well. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'm going to need more. We need some more mini traveler slings, which are going to mostly be Well, maybe we'll do some obi as well, but mostly, in general, they're going to be made from the cottons and the denim and all of that. So I put a call out on my Buy Nothing page. I'm like, okay, if you have jeans that are like torn, you can't donate, and you want to get rid of them, right? But you don't want to throw them out. I'm like, I will, like, does anyone have any? And my God, the number of jeans that I've gotten has been like insane. It's been so good and so like cool, but we're going to be set for a while, or at least until I do my next run next summer. So we'll definitely be set for the next direct run, I guess, and then we'll figure out the rest. I guess when I'm ready to get more, I'll just put another call out probably. Alrighty. Now I do think there's some scraps in there as well, but we're not going to take a tour of the scraps today because I don't feel like digging it out unless I can just reach in and get it. Wait. Those aren't even really scraps. Okay. I think we're actually pretty well set. I thought I had less obi than this, but hey, I'll take it because seriously. Oh, I forgot. Well, okay, I guess I didn't stream on Monday after Shindig, but Shindig went really well. Or well, it went well enough. I'm always hoping that it'll go better than it does, right? But you know, it went well enough. And we got the numbers back, and apparently they were down for attendance versus the spring one. Spring one wasn't like insanely busy, but it was definitely busy. But October's just weird right now. I think most people have already made the shift into like, it's time to do Christmas buying. Because I know that's where my brain is right now. I'm like, usually that shift doesn't happen till like November. So I don't know. Still did fine. I'm not too worried about it. But it was, yeah, they were saying that they were down a bit. Now, the other thing is that this like hall that they're in is like a multi-use hall, so it's split with the YMCA. There's a bunch of like courts. There was a whole bunch of other stuff happening at the center right then as well. All right, I have made wedge bags from this one already. I think this last of it is going to become one of those traveler slings because I think that that's going to look spectacular. Now, a portion of this is, well, we could also make a Sheena. I need the Sheena pattern because the other part of this that I was just about to say is that this is also like a gold silver pattern on the orange. That looks really good. And but I think a traveler sling might look just as good or better in this. I'm not sure. It's going to go into the not sure pile for now. Although that backpack might look spectacular in it as well. I'm going to need that backpack pattern to figure out because it's like I don't actually know what size we're going to need for fabric. So, but that will get made. This is one of my favorite obi that I've gotten recently. Yes, it's orange. I am totally a pink girl, but the way that the pink pops on this with the gold is spectacular. Okay. I don't know why I folded that up and put it on the hanger, but whatever. This one is a gold. And then what it has is it has this motif here, which is a vertical motif. I think this will actually be becoming a Sheena. And then there is... Alright, that's why these are... I'm like, why are these ones difficult? That's because the other ones weren't on hangers. These ones are difficult. They just are on hangers, being stored correctly. And then, yeah, and then this was one of the problem ones because it's like it had this large vertical motif again. So there it is. There is a really... And I can't make a wedge bag out of this because it's too tall. And so it wouldn't, like... It would just be too long and then you'd end up losing half the motif. So this is an excellent one for a traveler sling, I think. Now, when I only have one of the motifs, I am going to lean into making them... yeah, that's like damn near perfect. Anyway, I will lean into making them right-handed, not left-handed. I'm sorry. But that's going to be gorgeous. It is woven in, which is super cool. And it's got like a gold shimmer down here for the water down here. Very Chinese influenced motif. Not like they didn't trade motifs and ideas back and forth for like centuries, so. Alright, and then this one is a gorgeous kind of mustard. Very rich mustard. Right, and then this was one of those massive motifs, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Because there's another vertical motif. So there's these magatama, and that would, oh right, and I don't think the Sheena cut fit on it. But that would actually make a really cool backpack here. And then another magatama. And then we have the drum ends here. So that's going to make a gorgeous traveler sling. It's got like oranges, reds, blues. It looks like it's probably a phoenix in the middle. There's definitely like a bird head. Could be a hawk, I guess, as well, actually. Actually, that is a hawk. Never mind. Not a phoenix. So it's got a hawk. And then it's got the magatama up here as well. So those would end up getting cut out on the motif, but we'll again use as much as we can. Yeah, and then actually I think then we make a backpack out of the smaller magatama motif. Cool. Okay, so the orange cubes. Don't know. The pine bough, pine gold, traveler sling, and Sheena. I'm going to put a question mark besides the Sheena because we got to figure out if that'll sit, the pines will sit properly in the like bottom of it. Or maybe Sheena, or I'm just going to put a crescent bag because I think that a crescent bag would look good in that. This is going to make a nice magatama and drums equals backpack. And then 2 traveler slings. TS left hand and right hand. Okay. Alrighty. Next. Yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. And then the motif on this is spectacular. So it's very vibrant pink. I can definitely tell it's secondhand because the gold color on the threads has faded a bit, but that's okay. Again, if these like Obi could talk, like the stories they would be able to tell, I'm sure, are insane. So this is actually a really good motif for the Sheena. That's the first thing that pops into my head here, mostly because it's a non-directional print. I think honestly we probably could get all 3 bags out of this as long as we've got enough of the motif. So we're going to put them down for all 3 styles, and then we'll Sheena first. Sheena first for this one. And actually, yeah, it's pretty dirty in sections on the yellow. Some of it's usable. Some of it's definitely got a fold line. So in that case, we'll use the yellow for the pockets. Because A, use the fabric up, but B, then you're not getting quite as much of that line directly in your bag, I think. And actually I can use it this direction with the back, and we'll fold the dirt in. But it'll look fine. Literally sharing my dirty secrets. Okay, I need another piece of paper here. So the yellow with the pink and gold motifs is going to become Sheena first. Yellow with pink. And yes, I will not be washing it because, well, I already tried and it started to bleed instantly. I think actually that might be where some of the wrinkles are from, and that's just not worth it. So we'll just fold it. We'll fold it the other way. Sheena first. First, everything after. Okay. Now we got one that's like not very Japanesey. Oh no, this one is. Never mind. I was thinking it was a different one. This is my pride and joy one, because it is more than I've ever spent on an obi, especially secondhand. But it is like hands down probably the most gorgeous one I've ever seen. So this one I bought when I went in November of 2022. I walked by it. I asked what the price was, and she told me the price, and I went, oh, I can't justify it. And then I was thinking about it as I walked out, and I'm like, if I don't go back for that obi, I am like, it's one of those ones of like, I walked away, and if I hadn't gone back for it, I would still be thinking about it today. So here it is. Part of what makes it so spectacular is there's actual iridescent flecks in that teal, and they like shimmer as you move the obi. The silver is going to be very distracting, but focus on like the teal portion here and you'll see the iridescent. And then the fans here are actually embroidered or woven. I haven't opened it up yet, so I have no clue. Because I was going to take photos of it and do some other stuff with it, but I'm also at the point where I'm like, I need to use it so that I actually use it. In this case, there is enough. How many motifs are there? Okay, yeah. So I think what we're going to end up doing, oh man, yeah, so this motif up here is like a fan and arrows, which is super cool. It's like in absolute pristine condition too. Like, I think there was one small snag I just saw. Oh, there's a few small snags, but like, compared to some of the other stuff we're working with, this is like brand new. This is a koto, I think. It's one of the instruments. There's a couple other instruments in the back there. And it almost looks like it's like, here's a peek onto like a lady's room. Because it looks like this is almost like the sleeve of a kimono or something like that. But this teal obviously was one of the first colors like that caught my attention. I didn't really even look at the embroidery. I was just distracted by the iridescence and the gold. It's just really well put together. So, and then we've got a bunch of just black to work with, which is amazing. So, looking at this and how it's laid out. Oh yeah, it's definitely been worn. That's okay. I think this ends up, this portion of like blank iridescence, where it works, becomes a sheena. Because that's a gorgeous sheena. And I think in such a way this would be the butt of the bag, and then this would be the top of the bag. Especially because then we can use black for the tabs that go for the strap, and then we could probably also have enough that we use the black for the base as well. So that's going to look really good. And then we do traveler slings from at least I think we've got two here. So that front pocket and then the back. And the front pocket and the back, so we've got more room to kind of put that up, I think, right? I think that's how we can work it. Not the strap connector, but the like... Okay, so there's the lower front. Here's the upper. So if we put the upper on here, like that, yeah, we have enough to be able to do, although that puts the zipper right through the middle of the embroidered motif. So that might not be very desirable. I know I should have cut this frickin' pattern out. And what happens if I like move it above that? Actually, if I move it above that, then we're in less trouble. So move it above that, move it above it, and then these ones can become the front portion that we would need for the, not the lower front, but those like angled pieces that we need. Oh my goodness. I know it's here somewhere. The mid front. That one. And the upper front. Because then this could go... Yeah, the upper front actually takes up the majority of that. Perfect. Okay, so what we can do is this can be the upper front, and then this should be able to be the lower front, the mid front portion, right? upper front. You're like, Katie, I can't see. I don't know. Can you see? I don't know. We'll make it work. I think we can make it work without it being on the zip line. That's all we gotta avoid. Heck, even if we just cut these motifs out and then we figure out what to do with the rest of this and this becomes other bits and pieces, I think we got it. So this though, yeah, so the small motifs, or no, just the blank pieces are going to become, okay, so the teal iridescent. So these pieces will become Sheena, I think. Sheena from blank. Then I think this is probably going to end up being that backpack because that would be gorgeous as well. Times 2 front motif equal 2 traveler slings. Yeah. And it's just, I'm so excited to work with this one. As I've mentioned in the past, I have previously been very precious about working with the obi. It's got to be the perfect project, all that. We're not doing that anymore because so much of the obi and kimono industry, like, they've got so much kimono waste and everything like that I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, nope, let's use it. And like, obviously, like, this had sat there most of the day, so I don't know if it was overpriced or just not to someone's like, oh, I don't need to put this back on or what. But yeah, it's mine now, so I get to do with it what I want. All right, we've actually done quite a bit with this one already. We are down to like the last couple of cuts. I was actually looking, this is one of the ones that I've had amongst the longest of the obi. And I think a traveler sling is in order because look at that. That can be the back or the front, and this can be the back or something. Actually, the backpack might work better for this because then this could be the back piece. I like it. So red, black fans equals a backpack, right? Because I think that would look really good because then this would just end up with like a zipper here. Again, it's all going to depend on how large this actual pattern is. Yeah, I think that would still work. So that, again, looking at that, and then looking at this, I think that would work. It's not a small pack, so it'd probably be about that with the zipper like here. And then another zipper we could do from another piece of fabric up here. And then the black and red could be the back. I like it. Seriously, better than in a closet. You're right. This one's got a very fancy maker's mark. It's got like phoenixes, or not, yeah, like a phoenix frame. And then like a whole thing. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the red fans are going to become that backpack. Sweet. Okay. Another super bright orange one. I don't know what it is about orange in Japan, but it always attracts my attention. It's extremely vibrant. Super cool. The motifs are a little bit different in that. So again, it's got that kind of... Actually, this is a Sheena. I don't know why I didn't think of a Sheena for this one, but apparently. Okay. Anyway, so behind this is like a marble effect. And I think you can actually see that transition pretty well. My camera's like struggling with this color. Holy... At least on my end, it's not quite as vibrant as I'm seeing. Let me see what it actually is reading on the YouTubes. Actually, it's not looking... Okay, it's looking about right when you actually see it translated. At least on my side. Anyway, so it's got this big motif. It is not super directional, so I think this is just the best option for it. It's a Sheena, because then we can put this on the front, and then we can cut this out for the back. Even though it's upside down, that's fine. Then we got lots and lots of orange to be able to use as well for other stuff. So we're going to say that this I don't even know what floral this is, but it is embroidered, it looks like. Looks like it might actually be machine embroidered, which is interesting. I couldn't tell you for sure. But it's a really gorgeous motif. All right, what are we doing? We're doing orange, floral. If you're saying, Katie, all of them are orange florals, well, yeah, we'll figure it out. Sheena times 1. And then this can actually be the lining and the base and the pockets and everything. So I think that's what we'll go with. Hi, how's your head doing? You are finally getting better. My goodness. All right, off the obi. Move. Okay, this one does feel like a polyester, or at least a polyester blend. So we'll definitely, well, again, we're going to do all the burn tests before we use them. It's fine. All right, and then we've got another one. This is cool, though, because it's actually a dual-sided obi. So each side is different. This side with the orange has all of these. Oh, I can't see those. Holy fuck. No, you can't see them either. Or you can see them very barely. Anyway, it's a bunch of, like, hexagons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. It's a woven hexagon pattern that's actually in the orange. And then on the back side of this, or on the, is this motif, which is, again, I ran into the issue of the fact that it's a very vertical motif. So you can't really do the Sheena. It is spectacular, though. So it's another one of the Segai Ha patterns, and then it's patterned inside. Again, it's got a drum, it's got a bunch of floral motifs, it looks like kites again, and a crane in this one. Spectacular, all embroidered, silver and orange, or like, is that orange? Or like a coral, maybe might be a better description. Anyway, it's white, silver, and coral. And then actually the motif that's on the orange is repeated in this section. There we go. You can see that pattern there. That's the pattern that is in the orange as well. The orange is very vibrant. I don't know. It's very, again, into those traveler slings and into the backpack. So we're going to call this the dual, hexagon dual. Dual. And we're going to do traveler slings and backpack. BP. Dude. Okay, come sit back here. I know. I love you too. What do we need to do for you so that you got a spot to chill in here, hey? Or are you just going to get in the way? It's like, I'm just going to get in the way. Just don't lay on the ones I'm going to, like, pull out here in a moment, dude. Dude. Those are the working obi. These ones, at least, I'm done with. Lay on those ones. We will lint roll them before I use them. Don't scratch. I know, you're frustrated. You just want attention, but you're going to snag something. Okay. I was very worried for a moment there that he was going to, like... Anyway, look at her. Obviously, these are all gendered to her, even when they're gender neutral. Just, I don't know why. But anyway. Again, ran into the same problem. Highly vertical. But what drew me to this one, and I will take this into account when buying future obi, although now I've got patterns for it, is that what drew me to this one is the texture that's actually in this silk, or in the actual, like, obi fabric that's showing. Is like, so it's all smooth, except, I think it's texture. Or is it? Yeah, it's texture. I'm like, is it texture or is it the, like, colors that they had? Anyway, it is spectacular. Super big floral pattern. I'm not going to worry too much about this one with, like, the fussy cutting or anything like that. Like, we're going to just go in and cut it as we need. Obviously not a lot of space for, like, a necessary clutch wallet or anything like that. Or at least not the right orientation. But a lot of this, like, I don't even know what kind of floral it is. Is it like a poppy or what is it? Dude. If you don't leave me alone, you're going to have to get kicked out. Not actually kicked out, but, like, door closed, sort of kicked out. Bounced. I have to be a studio bouncer if you stop going. Anyway, I think in this case, it's one of those ones, yeah. where, excuse me, we'll actually do the front and the back of the traveler sling in this pattern because it's just like, there's so much of it. It's spectacular. Okay, I'm going to call it poppies because that's what it always reminds me of. I don't think they're actually poppies, but whatever. Poppies. I'll put it in quotation marks. Navy. That's like Mavy. Sorry. Oh my goodness, my throat is like, I'm giving up the ghost. Now, ooh, thank you. Yeah, let's put that into the kato as well. And the hexagon one too will be really good as a kato. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm disturbing the cat one obi at a time now. So this is red, 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 like red. Lots of motif here. Again, we're not going to worry too much about it. It's got a really nice texture in the back. It's got like, well, it looks like they're flipping off middle fingers in a way, but like kind of clouds. Oh my goodness, there, maybe right there. You can kind of see it right here. They're all a little bit different, but I would count that as like clouds and or, actually I wonder if you can see it better on the back. Nope, no you cannot. My camera's just like, no, that's too much. Anyway, and then the motif is, oh, there is a name for these guys. I can't remember what it is. And cosmos. And so there's cosmos here in one portion. And then there's these leaves in another portion. Hollyhock, maybe? It might be hollyhock, but I don't quote me on that. I don't know. Yeah, super gorgeous. Lots of motif. Like a lot of motif. I think I've already trimmed it off from the other portion of the obi. Oh, we've already cut. Oh, I probably cut this, it looks like, in prep for a wedge. We're not making a wedge out of it anymore. This is going to go, yeah, towards kato, backpack, and traveler sling. Again, the directionality does not lend itself to a Sheena. Red, cosmos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elongated hexes. Hex. Traveler to BP kato. I'll probably find other uses after I like cut up all these obi, but for now that's what, like, again, we're not going to be cutting all of these at once anyway. And also we just want to be using them, so I don't want to I want to kind of earmark them for everything that we're going to do right now. And like if we end up with obi later, well, we will end up with more obi later. If we run out of obi, that is actually the best case scenario. That's what we want to do, is run out. So, all right. Spectacular. I think I like this one better. It's a little bit darker red. It's not quite as like eye-searing. And then the motifs on it. So these are peony motifs, gold, and I think like a light gold, but it does read as silver on that red. Oh, spectacular shimmer. Peonies are also in there. It is all, yeah, it's all woven, I think I would put this as. Feels like silk. It feels like a very heavy silk. There's a lot of it. Again, this motif. And again, when I'm buying these, sometimes you can't tell. So when I'm buying these, of course, these obi are like, and a lot of the time this like portion is also this portion is folded up. So it's like fold right up to here to the triangle. Fold it over, and then all you really see is you'll see one section like right here. Now, can I tell if it's vertical or horizontal? Like this is what I'll see, because it's been all folded up, and you like unfold the end. If you're lucky, you might just see the top like this, if it's like stacked. Anyway, yes, I can see the verticality of it, but sometimes you don't see the rest of it until you actually like either get out of the tent or you like open it back up. So anyway, traveler slings, backpack, kato, not the Sheena. Okay, so peony, floral, red, traveler slings, backpack, Yes, I know. Hi, cat. Kato. And then maybe a wedge. If we have enough. Dude, bro. Dude, bro. Cat, cat, cat. We love you. But I think it's time to leave the room. I know, that's going to make you angrier. I know, you're so happy right now. But you need to go. Bye. How long do you think it takes until he gets back up? I'm at 1:38. I bet you he's back by 1:45. Like an hour and 45 minutes. At latest. Alright, we've already worked with this one. Still an absolutely fucking spectacular obi. Definitely silk, so you can just tell from the hand of it and the drape of it. Like, oh, it's like, I should make some scarves out of it maybe. We made a necessary clutch wallet out of it from earlier this year. It's a very nice, gender neutral, however, between the color. But the really cool part of it is how the blue pops in the weft. And like, so obviously it's woven through here, but you can see it. It's like, oh, there's a name for it. Now I can't remember what it was. Double shot? Something like that. But you can definitely see this blue all through this red. And it just adds a layer of like, if you illusion knit, that's what it reminds me of. So like as you move it, you see the blue. But as you move this, you see, or like, yeah. So definitely, actually this would make a really gorgeous mini traveler's thing too. I think there's enough of it. Okay, we're going to put it down. Oh, so good though. And like just, you know how sometimes you pick stuff up and you just know what the fabric content of it is, and that's what this is. So good. Okay. Japanese circles, double shot, red, and then we're going to say that it's going to be traveler sling, backpack. This one's definitely not going to be able to be backed by this silk, so I think we're just going to take the silk off and we'll back. It's very light. I think in this case we will back this one in canvas just to preserve it. That's what I say. Traveler. Actually, it would make a gorgeous Sheena, but I don't think it would hold up to being a Sheena. Because at least the traveler slings are significantly smaller, so you're not going to like load it up. And I think that backpack as well is quite a slim profile backpack too. So I think this, wonder if that's actually enough to make a kato or not. Let's just say we're going to do 2 traveler slings and a kato, and then we'll figure out if we can do a backpack from it. It's like such a good red because it's like, again, that blue makes it kind of purple, makes it red, it makes it burgundy. It's got a lot of dimension that you don't see in, like, I don't think I've seen in any of these otherwise. Okay, we're going to do, what did I say, 2 travelers, and or should we do a Sheena? If I did a Sheena, how would you do that? Because you'd want to add extra stability to the silk. I guess with the interfacing, it's going to be more stable though too. And then I could do a heavier duty or lining, and we could do canvas for the D-ring tabs, which is where it's going to be the worst. And we could extra interface them. Because as much as I love the traveler slings, there's still something about making that Sheena as much as I hate it. Let's do a Sheena. Because it's also like, how many non-directional prints do I have? Sheena. Okay. You are getting a Sheena. Never trust a Sheena, but we'll see. Okay, so that's going to take up like this whole motif here. And then I think we'll use this for something else because it's just such a gorgeous silk. Yep. Okay, that'll be my concession to myself. about this, like, what do I do? And then let's make that backpack out of this portion here, because even if I have to go higher up, that's still going to look really good with that. There we go. Okay, done. Okay, Ashina, and then small portion equals backpack. Do you know what I should actually do after this? So I should type this up. Oh, I missed an obi. They just keep coming and they don't stop coming. Actually, we'll just start with this one. Again, this is another one that has that same, I just realized that. It has that same effect, kind of. Not quite as vibrantly as that one. Definitely silk again. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll type all of this up afterwards. I'm going to print it out, and then I'm going to pin it to the obi. And then I have a general idea of what I'm doing with everything when I pull it out. I think this is a smart idea. All right, this is one of the ones that protested getting opened up a lot. Like a lot. So that is something that we had to take into consideration for it. Not that we just got to be careful. So like this is going to just, there's two pieces now. It's definitely going to need interfacing. It's probably going to need 2 layers of interfacing. It is very directional. And there's a lot of it, actually, which is awesome. But they are also in smaller portions because that was the issue I was having when we were opening it up as I tear more off. So, actually do those match? Because that would be hilarious. No, not quite. But I actually think, so these pieces are going to be set aside and we're going to make some wristlets out of those, actually. I think what we'll do is we'll do a, fussy cut. I don't like fussy cutting very much. Actually, these would be an amazing framed one. 1 second. Oh, I don't have a good frame for it. Damn it. I've only got like tiny frames right now. Although it would still make a really gorgeous framed one in that bamboo. Like fussy cut that guy right there. Okay, so we'll probably frame one as well, and we'll keep this bamboo one for it. But, so I like frame it with my hands. Oh boy, I am all over the place. So canvas frame, like a black canvas, maybe a waxed canvas. We'll frame everything this way on the sides, bottom, and then we'll do a zip right here. And then that will take away a lot of that fragility as well because it'll be in with another canvas. And then we'll just do a canvas back on it and like our wristlet. I think that'll look really good. Okay, so the and you can see that same kind of illusion, double shot, whatever the hell it's called, in the back of the gold as well, but the gold is definitely more overwhelming to the pink than the red is to the blue. Who knows though, it might even be the same studio. Of course, I don't have a maker's mark on either of these ones, which is annoying. But like totally possible. We do have a lot of it though, so I think we're going to end up probably doing all of the things, because why not? I think this is one that I actually bought while I was buying our wedding obi. So what I did for our wedding, rather than renting table runners, is I bought a bunch of secondhand obi. And I would have bought this one just because it's gorgeous. Double shot gold peonies. Gold and pink. This is a really gorgeous, like, look at this pink. This is like, oh yeah, see, so if it was the pink on the front, that would have been a better idea of kind of what the red and the blue are doing. Anyway, the pink, this is like my favorite tone of pink. It's their shade of pink, whatever you want to call it. It is amazing. Okay, so the smaller pieces are going to become wristlets. Smaller to wristlets. Smaller to framed wristlets. I don't want to make a kato from this, I don't think, because I feel like that's going to be too much on it. I'm not sure. I say that as I'm going to make like slings out of it. Oh, this one does have a maker's mark. Okay, so there's another one that'll go into framed wristlets. It's got like, it's stamped. 45.25. Okay, so this must be for like that number there. Same as the other one was 11.43 or whatever like that. That must be a style number. And it's definitely got the maker stamp, but I can't read it because it's faded out or didn't get stamped completely. So there's probably like, it looks like probably the studio stamp. There's so much. So there's a stamp here. There's a stamp here. There's a red stamp here, which you probably can't see on, oh, you can kind of see it on camera. This must, and then there's like 25059, like 3 or 4 times, because apparently it didn't stamp correctly the first time. And then I think this is probably the style 4525. Maybe the loom it came off of. Don't know, I'm gonna have to look some of this up. And then there's definitely the studio stamp, but like I said, I cannot read it because it's faded or it didn't get fully stamped on or something happened to it. It could have been washed out in care as well. Anyway. Well, there's another wristlet piece. And then we're going to do a, ooh. Yeah, this one's unhappy. Okay, this one. Okay, there's a portion that I would be comfortable making a traveler sling out of. And there's a portion I'd be comfortable making a traveler sling out of. Okay, so we're just going to go with traveler slings for these ones here, even if it's just front back. This one has some damage in the middle here where I'm like a little bit hesitant just because of the amount of it. And it's actually all the way through. Oh, yeah. So like I could almost poke my finger through one of those holes. So that's not good. So that'll probably be cut out and we'll figure out what we're going to do with like this bottom portion here. We've got another tear here, like maybe the rest of this. Actually, maybe the rest of this just gets pieced together to become a wedge bag or something like that. That would actually be kind of fun too. So that'll be the generalized idea of it. Heads everywhere. Surprise. That's what happens when you open up Obi. Get out of here. Okay. Ooh, what did I drop on my glasses? Something. I think I shook a piece of garlic on my eyebrow. Smaller are going to become wristlets and wedge. And there's going to be one traveler sling. Okay. I'm just going to stack that up there. There we go. And then we've got the next one. All right, and then this is another good one to actually, I've got to find my luggage scale. This one, I don't know why I haven't made this one. It's like, it's pretty. I am saying that in the tone of like, I'm not 100% sure what I was thinking I was going to do with it when I got it. It's definitely one of the earliest Obi that I bought for the business. It's pretty, but it's like not what I would necessarily buy now, I think is where I'm at with it. This one, yeah, I don't know. So it's got like a really... Xmas. I know. I actually was looking at Christmas fabric today because I'm like, wait, we've got family photos for Christmas cards in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, if I'm going to make something for like the Christmas season, I need to make it now. So Michael's had an actually really cute little Santa print, but they like spinny dresses. And so I'm like, okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bodice in the Santa fabric, and then I'll do like a tulle skirt. I haven't decided quite yet, but I got to figure it out soon. Got to figure it out within the next week because I want to buy it next week to be able to make it. I'm like going through this one because I don't actually know what I want to make with it. If I want to make anything with it. The full Obi is not here. I did feel that I have already cut into it. Got like this motif of sakura in the back. It's got like these floaty flowers, the poppies, and then it's got like silver waves. It's just showing up as shine because of the lights. There we go. And then it does have this very delicate pastel peach pink. It's not like pink and it's not flesh tone. It's like a little bit, it's like porcelain doll flesh tone when they're white. That's what it is. Porcelain, maybe. Porcelain flesh. Oh, I give up for today. Anyway, I don't know yet. This one's not inspiring me right now. I do like how most of these ones, it's just been like, all right, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to fold this one up for now, and we're going to put it away. Sheena. Problem. Oh, I guess it's not that directional if I cut it right. Okay, done. Thank you. Let's just get it out of here. Poppies and orange on porcelain flesh. Oh, Halloween appropriate. Sheena. Thank you. And then let's do, because that's going to be like this, and then there's the interior, and then we'll still have enough. Let's do one of these new backpacks, because I think there's going to be enough enthusiasm about the backpack that can be the experimental one. So if I mess it up, I'm not sad about it. Okay, so this one's going to be the first one we cut. Okay, backpack experiment, because I do still typically make at least one before I jump into them and make sure, like, again, is it within the production timeline that I typically try to stick to, or like what I'm going to try to stick to for handbags, etc., etc. There we go. But yeah, that can be the experiment one. It's also a good one still to weigh, like I say, because it's still got its like interfacing in it too. I'm going to set it aside special though, because, excuse me, we'll earmark it for first cuts. All right, this is another one that I attempted to wash. So I don't know if we can use it or not. Let's see. It was one that I bought and it looked fine again in the tent and like before I opened it up, and then I opened it up and I'm like, ooh. Yes. Kind of. Not really. I should maybe do a sun bleach for it. That's what we're going to do with this one before I decide if I can make it or not. Because especially, oh, yeah, that's a really big difference. So this is actually what the color of the silk is supposed to be. Again, that's the back of it. And then this is the front of it. So it's like a pretty stark contrast. So yeah, we'll put it out. We'll see if a sun bath, or maybe I'll try and do like a snow bath or something like that. I'm not overly committed to it. But yeah, the difference is quite a bit. Okay. Again, not overly committed to it. That one's just going to go over there. All right, we are almost through the ones that I've bought, and then and then we've got some scraps, or not scraps, but like analysis paralysis ones. Oh, I just saw that bamboo one that we've made. We made one of the traveler slings out of, and that would look spectacular in that. That backpack. All right, this one is, I think this is supposed to be irises. Super interesting because it's not actually 29, and the maker or the studio was Miyake. Cool. Anyway, or 1029 as in that was the numbers made. I don't know. I don't know yet. So I think given that there's one, actually that would make a really good Sheena. Because it's not super directional, it's not super undirectional. So there we go. So the fuchsia iris equals Sheena. Okay, and then we've got the two, and the other cool thing about this is it's like, it looks white from afar, but it's actually got a bunch of like blue shot through it. Oh, there's a stain right there. Let's get away from that. It's obviously, again, all secondhand. And so yeah, so you can see the blue shot through there as well. It's also got a texture, which like you don't get with a lot of the other ones, even the ones that are polyester. I think, let's see what this backpack pattern looks like, because that would actually be kind of cool at the bottom of a backpack, right? Not crazy. And if it doesn't work for a backpack, we'll make a couple wallets from it. Okay, Fuchsia Iris is a Sheena plus backpack or wallets. I like how those are like the two options. Because here's the thing, is that flap, that would make a really cool flap actually. Like super cool. Alright, and then there's actually quite a bit extra. Oh. Okay. Definitely worn. Still in good shape, right? Yeah. It's a water line. Okay. Not anything. No, just not from me. Okay, good. And the back of it's all really good. Or good enough. Good enough. Okay, that one might need a little bit of a sun bath just to kind of help chill it out. It's not bad. And actually, it probably wouldn't even be noticeable once you cut it because, just because of how the Sheena's set up. I'll debate on that for a couple days though. We at least know what we're going to make from it. Which is good too. And maybe actually sunbathing it might get rid of that other small stain as well. Not the small stain's pretty easy to cut around if I need to though. Alright. Let's continue on here. Just going to double check and make sure that the stream is still streaming to Twitch because that's the one that needs the support apparently. Oh yeah, we're still good. Sweet. So I don't know what I did, but I unlinked the streaming software and relinked it, which is part of why I think it messed up today when I was coming to log in. And then yeah, now it's streaming, whereas it hasn't streamed all summer. Traveler Sling. We've already got a Kato out of this. We're not doing a Kato. Again, the directionality of it. Basically, it's a fan with a palanquin motif. And then it's got, I can't tell you what those are. These look like asters probably. There's little cosmos. There's peonies. This is also supposed to represent a hollyhock, I think. Oh, I gotta move it. This red one right here. My pen is not showing up because it's the same color as the rest of it. And that's going to show up a little bit better. Anyway, hollyhock, I think. There's pine boughs again here. Right here. The puffs. I think those are supposed to be meant to be chrysanthemums, etc. And then we've got a really good back here for the whatever we need to do for the traveler sling. So the pink palanquin equals a traveler sling. Yay! All right. We have some of the other ones where I've been like ditzy and wishy-washy about deciding what to do with them. So, okay, I'm glad I'm taking notes on these because honestly, I think I would have come back and be like, "What's this supposed to be?" And you'd be like, "Katie, why didn't you make notes?" Well, here we are. Okay, so this is page 1, 2, and this is going to be 3. Okay. These ones are fun though. So this one I'm excited for. Basically, it's a multicolor, and actually it's showing up really streaky. It's not quite that obvious in person, although now that I see it on camera, I can't see it unsee it in person. But it's these really cool elongated hexagons again, which I guess must be a fairly common motif, although I have not seen it outside of these OB today. And then it's got a navy backing to it. Almost rainbow-esque. Not quite oil slick. Definitely some iridescence going on there with the navy. It's pretty gorgeous. There's a lot of it. So this is a case of like, this is definitely a Sheena. Now that I look at it, not directional, all that good news. So I think we probably can get a Sheena. Sheena for sure, which is probably about that. I'm just going to fold it up on the end here to the guesstimate of what I need. And actually, we're going to go a little bit further because it's a little bit more than that. A Sheena. Then I think we can do the 2 traveler slings. And then the back can be the navy, and this will be... Actually, yeah, if I just made the navy the mid-front, then we would have even more. And then we probably could do the backpack along with a navy back as well. Okay, good. Okay, so elongated hexagons on... Hexagons and navy equals, what did I just say, Sheena, traveler slings, traveler sling fronts, a Kato would look really good, and the backpack. Okay, there we go. The backpack actually probably should be a cotton one first. Yeah. We'll make it out of the obi. The obi will look amazing as a backpack. Okay. We're getting there. I'm getting tired. This has been a lot of work today. Been a lot of decision making. Not used to the decision making. We are not making a Sheena out of this, even though it's not directional. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so this is like very similar kind of color scheme. The green is brighter, it's shimmerier, and then it's got the like really gorgeous kind of autumnal colors. And then this portion of it is like, actually that's showing, okay, this is like what the Northern Lights did in our location the other night. I saw this. You could see the Northern Lights, but it was definitely like mostly dark sky. This is what my camera saw. It's definitely there. You can't see that quite as well in person. Anyway, so kind of iridescent almost again. It's definitely on top, so I don't know if it's like painted or what. Like the back is navy. This is somewhat woven in or embroidered afterwards. Just the orange. So I don't know what the green actually is then. But whatever, it's gorgeous. And actually it's quite large. So that's quite a bit right there between the two iridescent sections. And then there's a lot of just navy. So we've got quite a bit of fabric to work with. If we have extra afterwards, this is another case where it's like, all right, so you donate the navy to another project. Oof. I think this becomes a front to a traveler sling. But I think I want to also see what the backpack is before I fully decide, because this might be really nice in that pear shape at the bottom, and then you could do like a full upper and then take this second piece for that second zipper portion. So let's put it down as backpack question mark, and if it cannot become a backpack in a satisfactory fashion, we're going to do a Kato out of it. Should we just decide to do a Kato out of it anyway? That's the question. No. Yes. No, we'll put backpack question mark. Okay. Navy. Navy. 70s geometry. This swoop right here reminds me of like 70s geometry. Have I ever like geometric pattern or whatever? I don't even really know what to call it. Backpack. If not, Kato. There, decided. That's why I'm tired. Decision making takes a lot of energy. Holy. And I'm not sitting. Maybe I will clear the obi off of my chair and then I can sit down, because we actually still have quite a bit to go through. Dallas was like, how long is your stream going to take today? And I'm like, until I'm done. I.e., I don't actually know. Okay, let's get this out. I think he's resting because he's also got a cold, but I should have tried to get him to make me a French press. Although, actually, never mind. It's 3:15. I do not need coffee right now. I want coffee. But if I drank it, I would be up until the wee hours in the morning. And that's definitely not what I need right now. Alrighty. This is another one that I had issues. Oh, the paper. It's like, no, see you later, lady. Okay. I do need all these precious notes because if I'm putting this much effort into it, it needs to stay here. Tron movie. Yeah, okay, there we go. By the way, the Tron ride at Walt Disney World is so good. It's so short, but it's so good. My closest thing with Tron, oh, there's a lot of this one. So we don't need to be super picky. Really gorgeous Obi. Anyway, sorry, my close, ooh. Okay. So we won't use the front plain part of this. We'll flip it over and we'll use this section. Yeah, I didn't clue into that before. Anyway, my closest encounter with Tron, I have never actually watched Tron, has been Kingdom Hearts. and my video game playing of Kingdom Hearts. Is the rest of it like that? Like if I open this up, is it going to be that iridescent as well? Hey, cool. That's just the stitches. That's not actually the fabric in this case, although it does look like it would be that way. Yeah, look at that. That's way better than the front. What the heck? Why was that on the back? And there is zero hint that it's in there. What's this? Tape. Is there a maker's mark? Let's see. Anyway, so we've got a lot here we're able to work with. 0 maker's marks. Interesting. It's like a foliage. I would say that this is probably another fall obi. A foliage obi. What foliage? I have 0 clue. It's not like a traditional momiji or anything like that. Almost looks like hops and bamboo. I don't think that's right. I don't think hops are usually a motif for Japan. So correct me if I'm wrong. If I just said that and it's no, hops have always been in Japanese motifs, please correct me. So fall foliage. I'm going to put fall in quotation marks. With surprise background, with surprise back. And that's going to become everything then, except for Ashina. So TS times 2, that's the traveler sling. This is a little bit too large a motif. I know, right? Seriously, way better than the front. Although I think when it's tied around you, you wouldn't have wanted this to be on the belly, because so this section, this flat big open section that is unpatterned, would have been the portion that would have been actually to hold the kimono together, and then the rest of it would have been what made the whole thing made the bow in the back and everything like that. So that might have been part of it, is that they didn't want it to be loud. I don't know. Or where is it placed? What is... Okay, so this would have been... Nope, never mind. I was depending on where it's placed, it could have been a reversible obi so that you could do either direction, but that is not the case. Yeah, because this, so... Right, because this would have actually, right, this is what was folded up here, right? Oh, it had a really short tail. And this is what we just opened up. What is going on? Okay, so this portion would have been the portion making the bow. So this is what you would have seen with the bow. The bow kind of goes up and over like this. And then you got stuff to hold it up. And then this portion is the portion that would have wrapped around. So never mind. It would have been really busy still, I think. because there's no way that that's enough. Or the woman was extremely tiny. That's not a lot to actually like make it with. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Well, I bought it in Japan. It's the same width as all my other obi, so who the hell knows? Anyway, we got a crap ton of obi here to work with. My favorite colorway, and probably what attracted me to this, is that like this teal right here is like so good. The background color of it is actually really nice too. It's a nice neutral sand toast, like cinnamon toast color. If you think of cinnamon toast, that surprise on the inside is awesome. It's a very rough weave on the well, okay, this has got a lot of texture. It feels like really nice webbing, like nylon webbing sort of thing. Yeah, but it's going to be nice. That'll be, now that I'm looking at it closer, that'll be a nice one to work with actually for what we've got planned now. This one has been a problem child. It does have a maker's mark in it, but it is faded. 019273. So I would love to know if that's like the number made or if that's 49273. It must be the style. It can't be the number made, can it? Yeah. Anyway, this one is a bit of a problem child. It's got some damage to it, and so if we use it, it needs to be TLC'd. So the actual silk is pretty good, as far as I can tell. This is silk. So the actual silk, there is damage here, but it looks like as someone got food on it or something like that, and like it's just kind of created things. But the actual, like, because especially where it's spilt, it's like on the top, but it's like been eaten away on the top portion of the fabric, so it's kind of weird that way. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think especially now with the traveler slings, we can kind of do a fussy cut and get around the worst of the damage. So like we won't use this portion because it's very stained, and there's a word for it. It's I don't remember what it was, though it's shot. It's very pretty. Like I really like this purpley pink. The gold is in there. It's woven. Woven? Yeah, it's woven. But just given where this damage is, I do think what ended up happening is they just dropped some food on themselves. Because it's like this would have been... No, because that would have been up. So I don't actually... Never mind. I'm making stuff up. Making shit up and probably wrong about it. This portion of it's actually in really good shape. It's fine. We can use that for sure. We can use the majority of the green silk, which is a really nice, again, dusty sage kind of color. There's some big damaged spots here, so what we'll try and do is cut around it, I think. And so in that case, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make the traveler sling mid and upper fronts, and we're just going to make 2 of those just like this. And then we'll use what we can of the green silk for interiors and all of that. And then this guy, I think what we'll do is we'll do another one of those framed wristlets, because that'll just like frame that really nice. Yeah, so with the traveler, what I've been doing a lot of is planning that we're just going to use the back and front, or like the motif, but I think in this case we'll use this on the front specifically and just cut it in between, and that will mean that we can just kind of ignore this damage that's happening. Or has happened. It's not like I went to it and did something to it. It's been in my closet. So I have no clue what this floral is. We're just going to call it the damaged olive. Damaged, dusty olive. Poor Obi. I love it. But yeah, again, this would have been not something like, they probably had it folded in such a way that this, actually that would have been folded up. Probably this was showing, and so like you don't see the damage until you open it up. So we'll work with what we can. 2 times traveler sling fronts. let's just go with that. Yee. Oh, and then a framed wristlet and something from, maybe we'll just do 2 framed wristlets or something like that. Framed wristlet, framed wristlet. Okay. All right, next. This one, I really like this one. This one was a surprise one because it is a little bit reversible. It's actually really cool. So, and from what I can tell from the texture of the fabric, it is silk. So this would have been where it was folded. And so on the back of the fold or the front of the fold is this really cool bamboo embroidery motif. And then on the back of the fold, or the reverse side of the fold, is the motif that actually matches what would have been on the drum bow. So I'm pretty sure you could have folded it either direction and then had it. And then actually there is both motifs. Sorry, I lied. I thought there was only one motif. But we've got a lot of like silk, really cool silk because it does have, you can actually see that really well in this one. It's a really Japanese blue. And thinking about it now, it's like very much a nod towards the indigo blue if it isn't actually indigo blue. We've got this nice big motif here. It is directional enough that I don't want to use it for a Sheena because all of the floral motifs are going this way towards me, the Seigai Ha as well. Yeah, but it is spectacular. So cute, super delicate. Love it. And then we've got more of those little blocks down here. And then we have more of that embroidered motif along with a peony and a piece of bamboo actually in the back here. So that's actually the peony right there. It's extremely subtle because it's I think it's the same. Yeah, the only difference between the two is just so this has been woven obviously, and then this floral has been embroidered on top. This is a hard one. Because it's like, so the silk is really nice because there's a lot of it and we'll be able to use this silk for a lot of things. But I'm still not 100% sure what to do with this motif, especially since we've got basically 2. This is too large for a necessary clutch. I have looked at that already. This is also directional. And I don't want to cut this for a Sheena. Also, again, it's that very delicate kind of, well, never mind. Silk is very strong, but it is very soft. And so I don't know if it would give the right impression for a like Sheena like a tote bag, basically, right? Because the hobo bag is quite large. I think this might lend itself better to that actual backpack pattern. And then if it doesn't, we'll make it into a wedge bag with a canvas lining to give it some extra body. Yeah, there we go. And then I don't know what we're going to do here yet because, it is gorgeous. Actually, we could just do 2 backpacks or 3 backpacks, depending on how large the motif or the pattern actually is. Because having this as a split on the back of a backpack would be fun. Or that's what we do, because they're 2 different motifs. We cut this in half, sew canvas onto it to make it a whole cloth, and then like cut the piece out of it, make a shift for myself. I don't know. I don't know if I'd actually wear it. It is gorgeous though. I think I've just also hit my like decision making time. Okay, I think we're gonna go with backpack question mark again to wedge. It's like so light. That is like one of the lightest obi I have ever felt. Cubes with decorations and surprise bamboo. Equals backpack, wedge. Okay, what do we have next? I can't even tell you. Excuse me. I know, it's like, it is soft and it is not. It's like, you know how when you have good silk in your hands and just like falls over your hands like water? That's what it's approaching. It's just like the waterfall, silk waterfall. Oh, this one's cute. I forgot about this one. I bought this in that November trip too. This is actually from the same vendor that had the iridescent obi that I showed earlier. So I'd already bought something from her, and then I went back for it. And you could see the look on her face of like, she was slightly surprised and slightly like, haha, I got you. But yeah, anyway, so this is a nice like gold shimmery background, very centrally placed sakura, and I just realized that this is like textbook Sheena. We've got the other two smaller sakura. There we go, Sheena. Super easy. And then we've got all of this gold fabric that we can mix and match with a bunch of other stuff as well. Okay, where'd my pen go? Pen, you fell. Why would you fall? Are you giving up as well? Same as my brain. Gold, sakura. And then actually the extra plain on that would also be really good as an NCW. So we're going to put down gold sakura to Sheena and NCW, because we'll, like, even though I don't need to make them right now, I should still be looking towards like next summer probably. I don't know. The wallets haven't sold very well, so I'm like, do I need more variety or what? This is a very traditional pattern. It's called a Seigai Ha. It is not wide enough, I just realized, for the traveler sling. So this is going to actually be one of the few obi that go in and become a mini traveler sling. It is not as wide as the majority of these obi. So like this is the one we just looked at. So it's like 2 to 3 inches smaller. Don't know why. It's probably a different style of obi. I'm pretty sure these are called Nagoya obi because they did have originally the fold in them. I don't know what these ones are called, but that will be the difference, is they're a different style. So the Seigai Ha, and actually depending on the size, this might also become a backpack. So Seigai Ha Mermaid, I just totally put 2 eyes in mermaid. Probably should not be trusted making decisions, but here we are. Backpack. What's the width of it? Yeah, it's only 10 inches wide. That's pretty tiny. It's like too small for our kato to be a nice comfortable size. Although I guess we could make the small size out of it then. I'm going to put kato, question mark. And then what did I say? Mini traveler sling for sure. This would look really cute against some denim material anyway. Super shiny. Actually, this would be something to make something out of for my daughter. Maybe. It's also got a really cool backing as well. It's got like actually a patterned background of little diamonds with a like so there's a bunch of crosses and then there's little diamonds inside the lines that are crisscrossing on the back. Diamonds and then a tiny little like dot diamond right in the middle of that diamond. So yeah, mini traveler sling for sure. Backpack maybe, kato maybe, depending on like, yeah, child 1. They are super into mermaids. So this one is a very interesting one. It is fully, I don't know how they've actually finished it on the back, but anyway, highly embroidered. Lots of it, lots of the black. We're just gonna go in and make a bunch of stuff out of it. Again, it's another one of those ones. It's gorgeous. It's very unique, and you would not peg it as an actual Japanese obi necessarily. At least I'm not pegging it as like obi motifs, that's for sure. Don't know why. Just isn't one that, it does have some elements of it, but not very many. So I think that one, not an obi. It 100% is, again, I bought it in Japan, so that alone should make it enough. But yeah, we're going to make everything. So maybe even a mini traveler sling out of this, because that would be really cool. It's also, again, more gender neutral. I think that's the main reason I bought it, was it's more gender neutral. I think there's enough of it. We could do both traveler slings. I don't want to do a Sheena out of this because it's so heavily embroidered that Sheenas are already a fight for me. Yeah, Spanish, European, Danish maybe a bit as well. I think it's partly the color scheme, and then I think it's partly the motif too. Sorry, what did I say? I said traveler slings, kato, backpack, and then actually let's say that we're going to do some wristlets. So that's the last thing I'll do out of it if I have enough fabric. And wristlets, question mark, and maybe the mini traveler slings, because that would actually look really cool as a traveler sling. And I don't think we would end up fighting it much either. Okay. This one is the one that I bought to match with that green kimono that I talked about at the very beginning. This was supposed to be the obi that matched up with it for dressing. It is a dusty mauve background, and it is all shine, basically. So it's like a very gold shimmer. I don't know if it's embroidered, woven, or printed. I have yet to open it up because I just absorbed these into the actual lineup this summer when I was like, oh wait, I need more. It is woven. Do we have a maker mark? No maker's marks. Oh, there's a tag. It's a handwritten tag. That's cool. Okay. Number something. Actually, I'm gonna see if there's anything else, and then we'll throw some Google Translate on there. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. There's just like threads everywhere in the inside. Okay, let's see what this says. So it says 7675, but this is like the clearest tag I've seen yet. Okay. Google Translate. Which should at least give us a rough approximation of whatever it is. No, that's definitely not it. Picked up on E, which is not it. So there's a number. There's like, I wonder if I can, oh yeah, there we go. As long as I can like, no. Oh, it might help if I actually did Japanese to English. Jesus. Okay, so first one is the factory name on this one. The second is the weaver. The third is the sutra number. And then the last is the pattern number. The sutra number. Interesting. All right. Sorry, we're going to dig into this since I do have this as like a prime example. And okay, yeah, thread. No, not spinning wheel. Thread. And then it's again over top of a samurai. Thread is like a radical though. Okay, let's try this again. Do 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 do. Had to be so fast. Scripture number 7675. That's interesting. All right, that's not what I expected to find on there. I'm gonna take this out and I'm going to ask someone about it because oops. I don't think I actually have a proper picture of it. Damn it. Although the name of the weaver and everything like that makes sense. So, sutra number, scripture number. Okay, so factory number, weaver name, and the pattern number. So the pattern number makes sense. The pattern number was 10. Let's see if there's any other information on the other end. Now that I'm like, nope, nada. Maybe on the inside. No. All right. Now that we've tracked that down, mini traveler sling, mauve gold. So the motifs in here are like, there are momiji, there are clouds with that diamond pattern in them again. There's mountains, there's trees, bridges, plum again. Just really pretty. There's bamboo leaves. There's little like lake grasses. Almost looks like a like ink painting, like a Chinese ink painting, but on a kimono instead. Kind of really cool. Okay, so dusty mauve, gold, mauve, and gold. I'm just gonna put. Okay, we can't do the Sheena, so not everything. So backpack, traveler sling times 2. Kato. Mini? Question mark. All right. This one is a chirimen, which means that it's got that very specific texture to the fabric, which may or may not show up on, oh yeah, it's like, it's rough. It's intended to be rough. And then you open it up here, and we got this like massive lady. Again, one of those ones I bought, and then I was like, what am I actually going to make with it? It is gorgeous. I think what it is the Zodiac lady. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm nearly 100% sure that's a Zodiac lady. Or at least, no, she's just got lions around her. It's a really cool pattern. The colors of it are gorgeous. That's what pulled me towards it. I'm assuming this is a lady. I don't even know. There's a lot of assumptions being made here, but it is very pretty, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. This isn't even really suited to a traveler sling. It's not really suited to that backpack. Because of the chirimen, I don't think I can put it under an iron. Because that would actually probably get rid of a lot of the texture. Well, maybe not all of it, but a lot of it. So I'm just caught between a rock and a hard place. These are very large. And if I can't put interfacing on it anyway, there's not much point to it. Why did I buy it? Who knows? Will we maybe make a wedge bag out of it? Probably, because then I can do a non-sewing, like canvas interfacing basically. So that's where we're at with that one. It's not getting made into anything right now. I'm gonna have to fold it up better before I put it back. It is gorgeous, right? It's just like looking at it, I'm like, what am I doing with it? Okay. Last one that I've bought in Japan that isn't already cut into significantly. Lots of motif here. Colorway is not something that I would normally pick, but the motif is gorgeous. There's a lot of thread on the side here that I'll have to deal with. Curly threads. And then right here as well. I just realized I don't know if Dallas is cooking our dinner or not, or if we're cooking it when we get back with the kids. But it's daffodils, so we're going to do, and cosmos. So daffodils and cosmos equals kato, traveler sling, and backpack. I have my work cut out for me. Not yet, but almost. Okay. Before we go into stuff that we've already worked with, let's go into the ones that I've bought in Calgary. So this was, or had donated. So this is one that I purchased. It's pretty. It probably, I think, needs it needs an air out because I haven't had a chance to, or I haven't taken the time to do that yet. but it is gorgeous. It's a gold bronze background, and it's got all these floral motifs on it. This is going to become a Sheena. Yeah, a Sheena and mini traveler slings. So this is, what are we going to call this? The gold floral equals we're going to start with Sheena because it's non-directional. Traveler slings, Kato, backpack. And this one's going to actually just go back upstairs because it needs to go not be here. Don't want to like get that scent onto these other ones. And then these ones have been donated to me. Now a lot of these have already been, they're like the pre-formed, just put it into the belt and use it ones. But that doesn't mean that they don't still have the same motifs. So in this case, okay, it's actually sewn together with fishing wire. Got some leaves, and we've got, so this is the band that would go like around you, and then this is what would tuck in, and then you'd still need like the makuro or the pillow behind it and everything like that to make the bow, but that's like it's pre-tied basically. So in this case, I think we're in good enough shape that we probably could do something and something. I have to actually decide. It also, all of these need to be aired out. So actually we're just going to say that these aren't going to be made right now. I'm still going to make a note about what we will make with them, but they won't be happening until next year. Same sort of thing. It smells like hairspray. So yeah, they're going to have to be like aired out quite well. That one's really nice though. I like them poppies on it. There is actually a yukata in here. Sweet. Or a cotton haori, which is even better, which means I can wash it, which is nice. So we'll figure out, that actually would make some really cute mini traveler slings. It's a fan motif. It does have a texture to it, but it does also have some aging stains on it. So yeah, we'll run it through the wash. It's cotton, it should be fine. I think this might be a button-down haori from what I can see from here. Yep, this is, yeah, so that's exactly how it was folded up as we did with the ones earlier. This is definitely a polyester or polyester blend. And what this one did is it's actually got buttons down the front. So it's got snaps, so you just snap it in the front. The ones that I showed you earlier actually have a tie. And this one has little buttons. Super cute. And it is a really nice textured pattern. It's actually looks like fairly good shape, all things considered. Actually has a little hang hook as well. This one smells like Japan. And actually even, yeah, the silk on the inside looks like it's pretty good. Whatever the lining is on the inside looks like it's actually in pretty good shape too. There's another haori or something like that next. I'm not even writing down what I'm doing with any of these because they need to be aired out. So I'm just going to kind of ignore it. Yeah, that is actually a kimono. Perfect. This is what I needed because I needed some extra lining materials. Definitely needs to be aired out. But then this will be one that we incorporate into the actual cutting for everything. It does look like it was probably lived a good life before we got it, and that's awesome. Much prefer that. It's unlined, which is pretty rare actually for kimono. It's got, I would qualify this as a bamboo motif down the front along with like a white and printed gold stripe. Feels like it's polyester as well. It's cute. I like it. I was going to make some nice pockets for like the Sheena and stuff like that. So, super cute. That's the thing. Kimono, just like everything else, and obi at this point all come in like such different qualities, even same as our clothes now. Definitely a yukata. So the yukata is the cotton version of a kimono for use in the summertime when it's stinking hot in Japan. Just so you know. So yeah, so in this case as well, we'll also just be able to throw this in the wash. Super cute. Looks like it's like a hibiscus pattern almost. or not quite hibiscus, but something. It's a big floral motif. This one maybe we'll put into like using for pockets for the mini traveler sling, because since it's cotton, or if I'm like really struck with, oh no, it needs to be this one. Really gorgeous finishing on the inside actually. So again, that really large motif, and then right here. So this is what I was talking about with like, if I took that bolt, they'd be able to actually fit it to me. This is all extra fabric. There's a good, like that, from here to here. There's a good 6 inches of extra fabric here. So this was obviously fitted to whoever wore it. And actually, so the stay stitching right now is actually coming out. So let's just take it out. Because why not? It's already there, taken out. And there's an extra, like, yeah, there's an extra foot here, from here to here, that was taken up so that it wasn't too long. So that's pretty cool. Another kimono. Actually, this one's really cute. Black and red pinstripes. It's got silver metallic thread through it. Sleeves are coming off, but that's okay. We're just going to take them off anyway. And there is a significant amount of staining around the collar. It's really tempting just to throw this in the wash because it's polyester. I won't do that with the gold one. Yeah, and there's that stay stitching again. So this one isn't quite as bad, or not as bad, as drastic. It's about 3 inches, so it'd be an extra like 6 inches to the body. But yeah, this feels like polyester, so I think we're just going to throw it in the washing machine. Just to clean it up a little bit and see if we can get like some of that staining out of the collar, because the collar is actually quite a bit of fabric that I'd like to be able to use. I do not normally do that because again, most of the time I don't know what it is, but this feels like this is polyester, 100%. Cute though. So most of the obi and the kimono that I get, I just air out and usually like, or sunbathe. And then this is another cotton haori, which is also adorable. I love the pattern on it. That's super cute. And then it's got some like, yeah, it's got a couple stains as well. So we'll, again, because it's cotton, we'll just throw it in. It does look like it might have actually been indigo dyed though, which is kind of cool. We'll wash it by itself because it's very dark. And it actually looks like it might be a little boy's, actually it's not a haori, but a little boy's kimono. Just given the ties in the front maybe, and the length of it as well. So that's super cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fabric. And yes, we are 100% going to wash it. I'll wash all of those separately on like a delicate cycle or something like that. There's no like bugs or anything, so that's the other factor of taking in secondhand clothing. I've got, so part of what I got donated today was like 2 garbage bags full of denim. And she's been storing it for 15 years. So it's still sitting in the truck because I'm like, okay, that's just coming in and it's going straight upstairs. I think it's fine. But we're not taking any chances. I'm not incorporating that much denim into my stash and not taking that precaution. All right. This has already been started for that traveler sling, but I messed up that mirror cut, so we'll make another one for the left hand. We have another piece of this guy that nothing's happened with yet. What's here? It's just pink, so we will incorporate that into that traveler sling or whatever make we were going to do with it. If I sound a little bit, I am a little bit, We already made the front portion of this one. This one needs to be interfaced to hell and back. Holy crap. It frayed so much last time we were using it, and you can even see it here that it's already still going. This will make that cute backpack though. No, we are almost done though. As soon as we are done though, I am out because oh my god, I'm done. And I'm enjoying this process. But anyway, I love this one. We've worked with it before, but yeah, it does need to be interfaced to hell and back. I don't know what to call it. Again, it looks like Indian or Indonesian kind of style. I'm going to call it Indian inspired flowers. blue floral. Plus I also like that too, because then I can go upstairs and like have a chill with him before the kids come home. That's going to become a backpack. Okay. We've got this brown that we've already made the traveler slings out of. I don't know if I want to go back into making more with it right now, although I did just sell the other traveler sling. Backpack. Traveler sling. Backpack. Let's see what the size of the backpack is. There we go. There's the compromise. If the backpack's not large enough, we will make a traveler sling. So warm, brown, floral equals backpack or traveler sling. All right. Hi, Andrea. Yeah, I really do like that one. We've got more of the vases, and this one sold instantly. So we are going to make another traveler sling out of it and just say, that's it. Traveler sling, traveler sling. Vases on navy equals traveler sling. We've got, actually, I'm surprised. This one's a different color. So I'm surprised how quickly this one sold, but it is the one with the silver motif on it. So I think we go for another traveler sling there, and we also do the backpack because there's a lot of obi here. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Salmon. It's a salmon color. Salmon swoops. Silver. I don't know. What else? I don't know what else you would call that. Doing at least another traveler sling and a backpack. Okay. And then we've got more of that bamboo fabric. 100%. I want to make a backpack and a traveler sling out of that one with the brown with the burgundy bamboo. We need another piece of paper. More paper. Can you imagine if I didn't do this? My God. We'd be like actually royally screwed when I went back to be like, what was I gonna make with this? One, two, three, four. Burgundy and sand, bamboo, traveler sling, and backpack. This will be a right-hand traveler sling. Again, when I have the option of only making one more traveler sling, I will always sway towards making it right hand. I think the majority of what's in here now is kimono for lining and things, right? Or am I crazy? No, lining. Lining. Awesome, I think we did it. I think we've done it. I didn't think it would take that long, I promise. We do have some really pretty kimono left, like this one with the floral blurks on it blobs. I think blobs is much better. Anyway, but little like floral clouds. Let's go with floral clouds. And it's got like a really delicate red floral background on the background as well. We still have some rainbow dots. We still have some of that gray kimono that we worked with earlier as well. Actually, I think those were cut to be a clutch. Oh yeah, look at that. We still got that really pretty. Yeah, we got quite a bit in here that we can use. Oh, and then there's some more scraps down there. What's down here? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's some more obi. It's definitely obi pieces. There's some more from that really gorgeous iridescent one. We've got some pieces that have already been interfaced, which is nice. And then, okay, so this is the scraps of stuff that I've worked with previously. So there's some blue. There's some of that pink that we've still kind of working with, but like it's not enough to do a bag from. Some red, some more gray, some red and white that we can do something with. That's that chirimen again though, so it's kind of hard to work with. That was intended for a wedge bag, but honestly, I think we should make it into a kato. I think that would be really gorgeous as a kato. So let's pop that up here. No, I'm not making a note of it. Just remind me when I go back to make it. Some purple, just kind of generic. I think I cut it off to make a strap. And I've never actually made the strap. Story of our lives. Yeah, some more kimono lining. What else do we have in here? Ooh, we've got this guy. I didn't know I still. Whoa, I still have a piece of that. Ooh, okay, I'm glad I dug in here because I didn't know that I still had that. Okay, we're almost done. And then actually, I think this would make some really cute. Oh no, it's not the right direction, is it? We could open it up. Oh yeah, because it's a fold over, isn't it? Is this a fold over? Because if it is, then we can make some traveler's things out of it. Let's check the butterflies. And then I gotta head out because it's almost time to start dinner and I'm losing my brain. Brain power is waning. Oh, it's a fold over, folks. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is, yeah. And then so that can be, actually that's the same width as a freaking regular obi, so we can make a full traveler's thing out of this butterfly and like floral motif, and it'll look really cool because it won't be the same on both sides. And then the one that I got really excited about that I pulled out that I didn't know I had more of is this one with the embroidery. So we have the wallet already in it. Oh my goodness, you can't see the embroidery very well. There you go. So the embroidery, and then it's got all these little like silver iridescent dots. And so this will be going into a traveler sling because that's just going to be so good. So good. Okay, cool. I'm glad I dug in there. We'll open the rest of that up. I do have another one like that. The purple's really nice. These are all just really nice pieces to have. Again, we're going to try and like... Yes, I know. I always do have a hard time. The one piece that's sewn together as a wedge is pretty obvious that's going to become a kato because I wouldn't put it up there otherwise. What else do we have? We got like a generic something, and then there's actual scraps in here that we probably won't be able to use. Oh, and then the interfacing that I've pulled out of other obis. I was kind of hoping I was going to find my cake winder down here, but you know. Apparently that is not my luck today. Oh, and we've got a piece of the rainbow obi still here. Tiny pieces of it. I'm surprised actually we've used most of that up. Actually, there's a good piece probably for the traveler sling, which you can't really see until I bring it over up here. Just nice neutral kind of piece. What else do I have? More pink obi. More just like silver stuff. Okay, sweet. So there's a lot of stuff to work with in here for like piecemeal items, pockets, some interfacing. Awesome. All right, we're going to open this up and then I'm going to head out. I got more jeans to pick up too. Actually, I want to go get those jeans in the wash so that next we can, we need many traveler slings. So now that the obi tour is done, we're going to get back on that bandwagon. And that's why I got to get the fabric wash so that we can actually like plan out what we're actually going to make. Okay. Almost there. Yeah, this is going to be so good because it's such a repetitive print that it's going to be cute. I never even thought to open it up this way because I was always like, it's going to be this way. No, it doesn't, Katie. Ugh, what were you talking about? Yeah, sweet. This one is absolutely stunning. I love the butterflies on it. It is a very different obi because it's like, again, it was that like very thin. I don't know how you tie it. I don't even know what the name of it is. I should learn some more of these things, but you know, I just appreciate the fabric. So yeah, so that's going to make a really gorgeous traveler sling. Okay, where did my notes go? They got buried. Okay, what I'm going to do, obi here, all this like not bag exterior fabric, back in the bin. Please, back in the bin with you. Thank you. Behave yourselves. There's a lot of kimono there actually still, so that's good to know too because that is something that I thought we were lower on. What's this? Oh. What the hell is this? Why is it in there? Surprise, Obi. Oh, it's cute. Oh, this is one that I pulled from my stash. She's cute. It's little like pink florals with little silver florals or silver leaves. So, and it's kind of in a gradient. So it's like light pink, medium pink, and dark pink. And then this one will make a spectacular Sheena. Okay, surprise, Obi. Jesus. Wedge, bag, Obi, which is in the pile, equals Kato. Yeah, the bamboo was already in there. The floral embroidery equals traveler sling. Butterflies equal traveler and backpack and etc. Kato. And then this pink floral with silver large equals traveler sling. Small equals Sheena. All right. There we go. White denim. I don't think I have any like white denim, but I do have a lot of like lighter denim coming through the pipeline right now. I put a call out on our Buy Nothing page to be like, hey, do you guys have any like, and I was expecting like, hey, the chub rub thighs are worn out, the knees are blown out, stuff you can't donate. And I'm getting a lot of denim, so I'm quite happy. I just picked some up today that had been stored for like 15 years because she's like, I was going to make a denim quilt and then it never happened. So there might be something in there that I haven't seen yet. So far it's all been blue denim, but that's okay. We can make it work with quite a bit of this. So what we'll do is we'll, once the denim's clean, we'll go in and we will pair up with fabrics because that's the easiest way to do it, I think. In my brain, that was the easiest way to do it. We're also going to make some traveler slings out of, one second, I'm going to grab one of them because I just realized we can totally make traveler slings out of cotton. I don't need to use obi. Just that it's worked out really nicely for the obi. There's also, I have this brocade. That was, like, this is definitely polyester and brand new. And then there's also this Hagide as well. Both of those would make really gorgeous traveler slings too. And then what made me gasp and stop in the middle of my sentence and be like, I got to cotton. This one with the Maiko and like the very large format tall Maiko. That would look absolutely amazing. My brain just went to mini traveler sling, but I think it would also look amazing as a well, it definitely would look really good as a traveler sling. It might also look really good as a mini traveler sling. My very professional way of measuring today. Because yeah, so that isn't even fully on the fabric. Stay there. Behave. You'll get cut soon enough. Yeah, from there down to here, so there to the top. Yeah, so you're gonna get a lot of those larger motifs on the traveler sling. So that'll be one of the other ones that we do. Mostly because I stalled out and I didn't cut this for tote bags, and we don't need more tote bag cuts right now. We don't need more tote bag cuts right now. Holy. We've got a lot under the table still. did I put? Ooh, and then do you know what actually also would be really nice in the obi that I forgot about and could shift some of the ones that I'm like, passport holders. Maybe. I will get the measurements for that and we will take a look at that. Outer panel is 10 by 11 and a half. Okay, 1 second. While my brain is not made to be making decisions right now, but whatever. Okay, what did I say? Height is 10 and width is 11 and a half. Oh, just barely. So like this, and then it would fold. Oh, that would look so good. Like, okay. That's what that cubey one can become. That's what that, okay. So this one that I was debating with the cubes, and I'm like, I don't know what it should make. That can be the exterior to a passport folder. And that pine one where I'm like, maybe not. Okay. I don't know where they are in the list. So I'm going to, changes are just going to go on the back. Cubes. Passport. Butterflies. Passport. And then I'm not going to line those. Those won't get lined in kimono, but they might get pockets in kimono, and then they'll get lined in like a twill or something like that to add like extra body on top of the interfacing. The pine needs to be passport, I think, because it just won't then get cut in an awkward spot. And then a few of these other ones that have like leftovers that I'm like, that's what we'll do. I think that's a really good actual use for the rest of those. But those two that I was like, I don't know. And actually that other swirly, the backpack experiment one that I'm like, on, can become experiment equals passport as well. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That I think will be a lot better. So as long as the motifs mostly fit inside of that measurement. So, okay, I'm brain done, brain shut off for now. We will come back and do the very exciting cutting next week. Next week? Yeah, it has to be next week because I've got to do Halloween costumes this week. So I probably, the pear bag. Yeah, most of these will go towards the pear bag. That's what I'm calling that's the backpack, because she put out a thing of like, you can make it into a backpack. So what's going to happen is that it's got like a detachable, here, the mic, I don't know why I'm still talking like, yeah. Anyway, the mic, or she did it so that the pear bag has the ability to put the D-ring tabs on both sides. And she's like, you can make it a backpack. And so that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, because how it's shaped, you have to put one in for sure for the D-ring. And then the other one in as well. And then what she's done is just made two webbing straps for it. So I think that that's going to be perfect, actually. And then the usual way of it will be that it's just got one. Like usually it'd be just that there's one D-ring, but we'll basically... Okay, that's a good sign. That's time to stop talking. Excuse me. Adding another D-ring into it's not going to change it. And then it can be... Like, I like switching my crossbody purses back and forth anyway. But yeah, just being able to slam another D-ring tab into the extra corner is not a big deal. Is it? Or is it like an extra like triangle? Either way, people have been asking for a backpack. And so I think this will be a good one. And then we can do it in such a way where like you can add on or take off a strap, I think is probably going to be the best option. And then you can just use it as a crossbody strap, or you can use it as a backpack and you add an extra strap. So the people who don't want it as a backpack don't have to buy the extra strap. Blah. It is the pear bag. It's just with an optional strap. Yeah, and that's how how I'll list and sell it as well, is you can add an extra strap to make it a backpack if you want, or you can wear it as a crossbody bag. Well, this one, he has it on his back, but the first photo is the crossbody bag. So yeah, when I was talking to, sorry Wendy, when I was talking about the backpack, I was talking about the pear bag the whole time. So everything that I've slotted in for pear bag is going to be the backpack, and then a few extra of these ones will be passport holders as well. Excuse me. Okay, I'm heading out. I will talk to you all probably in a week. So on next Wednesday. Yeah, because I'm just going to take the rest of the week to do Halloween and Halloween and Halloween and Halloween. So hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. If I do show up, it'll be like on the weekend, and you will not have advance notice. But I'll chat with you all soon. And I'll chat to you before Halloween, so I won't wish you a happy Halloween yet. Have a fantastic weekend though, and yeah, bye.